Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, oh, where down we go, so where down we go, way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. The time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the folk who my, do you dare to look them right in the eyes, yeah? Oh, 'cause they will run you down, down to the door. Yeah, someday we'll run you down, down till you fall. And they will run you down, down till you're cold. Yeah, until you can't grow no more. And where down we go, where down we go. Say where down we go. Oh, 'cause they will run you down, down till you're cold. Oh, way down we go.
This is 50. This is 50.
What's good? Let's do a sound check. Let's do a mic check if you guys don't mind. Who's here with me today? We're going to do a short one today. Got a lot going on my plate. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Who's with me? Let me know if you're here. Put your name in the screen. Let me know. Oh, man, we blurry? Let me see where we are. Let me see where I'm at with this. Oh, we should be good. Hold on. Let me switch over the internet. It happens every time I do this. Mic check. One. Who with me? Mic check. Are you here? Let me know if you're here or not. Oh, I got plenty I could be doing right now. Lord, I hope this is I can blame the technicalities on us not doing the show today. Lord. I got a lot going on today. Who's with me? Let me know if you're here. Hold on one second. Let me see something. We're blurry. Are we still blurry? Mic check. Let's go to a one. Mic check 1, 2. Let me know in the screen if you're here or not. All right. John Ludd is over on YouTube. Says mic sounds nice. Still blurry on YouTube. Hold on. Let's see what happens. I've already rebooted or I reconnected anew. Okay. John Ludd said we're good now. Okay. I apologize when I'm gone for a few days. Donna says mic is good. Still blurry though. Okay. Let me do this. Don't leave. Give me 2 ticks. Let me see if I can reboot and get us back up. Oh, Darnell Hunter says it's better. Okay, better now, Donna. Okay, we're good then. I won't pop out and come back. My apologies. You guys know when I'm out for a few days, I forget, to be honest with you, to reboot and set things up. The system has a mind of its own after so long, after so many days, it started doing what it want to do. And I forget to go in and change things over, such as the internet connection, some of the settings in the computer. It's kind of off on its own. I won't be here long today. I just wanted to let you guys know that I was pumping and still alive. I'm just really busy in the office. I'm extremely busy. I've refocused and reprioritized Wyatt Live versus Wyatt Live. You know, me live as an individual. I can't, and I'm not going to continue to do what I've done over the last 6 years and prioritize. My priorities have been messed up. You feel me? Priorities have been totally flawed. They just messed up. Where I put, I'm going to take some words from the famous Fame Rothstein. Y'all know him and I. We 80-20 boys. He just hadn't caught up on the other 20 yet. But I'm going to take some famous words from Fame. Some people just don't deserve you. Some people just don't deserve what you do and what you say. They just don't deserve it. And I kind of had that approach now. So I'm going to give Fame his roses and I'm going to say, hey, he was the first one to, to kind of bring that to the platform. When in fact, when he said it, I'm not going to lie. I never said anything to him like, oh man, don't say that. Don't say that. I never challenged him on that. I never said anything bad about it. I might have frowned. I may have frowned. I may have took my, I may have had some distort in my look towards him. Like, oh yeah, right. Okay, bro. But now I actually know what he's talking about. I actually know what he's talking about. Some people just don't deserve the treatment that you give them and the information that you give them, because all they're going to do, they're never going to use it. They're never going to use the information, and they'll find a way to distort your information and make it to fit whatever narrative they need it to fit to justify whatever crazy shit they got going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. But yeah, fame, they don't deserve it. Everybody don't deserve it. It's like, I hate to say it. You can lead a horse to water, right? But that don't mean the horse gonna drink it. You can lead a person right where they need to go. And to believe it or not, you know what? You can lead them right to where they need to be. And it'll be another group of people right there where they're supposed to be, but don't want to believe you. And they'll all be right at the door of wherever they're trying to go to. Whatever on that other side is probably success. But they'll all stand right outside the door and bitch and complain. They won't walk through the door together, but they'll stand outside the door and bitch and complain about how they got right where they are. They won't compliment the person that got them to the doorstep, but they will bitch and complain the process of getting there. I see it a lot. I see it a lot. It's almost like us growing up who had strict parents. You had a strict mother or a strict father or a strict granny, or you know what I'm saying? And we was, when we were kids, we thought that they was hating on us. We hate, oh man, shit. No, they don't want me to go out. Don't want me. Well, your cousins and them they're not good for you. They hang out. They're in the streets. They do bad shit. They're not good for you. You shouldn't be with those family members. You shouldn't hang out with those friends. And you hating on you think your mama hating on you, your granny hating on you, your father. You think they hating on you when in fact they're looking out for your best interests. And when do we discover it? When do we discover it? Most of the time we discover what they were saying was right, but it's too late. Usually the girl been sneaking out of the house, playing with them ratchet ass friends, playing with them friends is out there. Y'all know what I'm saying? They playing with all the little boys and she's sneaking out the house. She ain't listening to her mama. 2 kids later, now she realized my mama wasn't really hating on me. My granny and them wasn't hating on me. They was trying to tell me to stop hanging with Stephanie and them. Shit, I knew Valerie and them ain't no good. I should have known that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens when the fellas sneak out, stay out late, get disrespectful in the home? Then what it take them a trip to juvie to realize, and they still don't realize, because juvie is fun. You go shoot basketball, get connects and all that old shit. You got to catch a justice center number. You got to catch a state number in order for you to realize, well, mama and them wasn't lying and shit, because mama's sending you care packages. You know what I'm saying? She looking out for you. Mama going to jail with you. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to tell you, boy. And your mama never, I ain't met one guy in my life. I haven't met one guy. I'm sorry, I'm taking messages from the office. I haven't met one guy who mama ain't went to jail with him. She'll always say, you know what? I'm giving up on him. This is my last time posting his bond. This time when he go to the penitentiary, he going by himself. I'm not sending nothing. Yes, he'll be there on Tuesday, and he'll have a package by Friday. He'll have some shit he has some money on commissary, all that shit will be on his books. But before he get there, he already have money lined up, money orders and shit, commissary, all that ready to go. Mama at jail with you. Because that's what mothers do. Mothers don't give up on their kids. They just don't. Can't say the same thing about you raggedy ass daddies, but mamas don't give up on their kids. Most of the time, and this is my opinion, by the way, most of the time, let me cut my screen up so I can see a little bit better here. Most of the time, when it comes down to parents who give up on their kids, they never really started. Like if you see a mother who has lost her kids, it's not that she lost her kids, she just never had them. I don't know mothers that give up on their children. I know mothers that never really supported their kids. I know that. I don't know too many. I'm not saying they don't exist. This is my opinion. I'm going through all the, generally I deal with families, okay? I very seldom deal with the troubled person. I always deal with generally the families, the mamas, the daddies, the uncles, the aunties, all that. So they usually go through these pains and sufferings with these people, with their kids all the time. But what I've learned is the parents that are never there for their kids ain't never been there. The parents that are not there for their children have never really been there. They may have been there as far as they're really supposed to go. Like, okay, you got to go enroll your kid in school. Let's get a perfect, I'm going to give you this synopsis. I'm going to give you a perfect example. You got to kick your kid to school. You got to enroll your kid in school so your ass won't get in trouble as a parent. But now once they get to school, you wipe your hands clean. I ain't going to no teacher conferences. Fuck all that. I got shit to do. I got to work. Then such my program come on at 8. I ain't got no time for no homework and all. I mean, they just totally drop the ball on the kid. They just do what they're supposed to do to keep their ass out of trouble. Now the kid out there all on their own. This is a parent that just gave up, never really attempted, never really did anything past go. You understand? Just gave up on the kid. Should have never probably had a child. And I know a lot of us don't like saying that. Ooh, that's elitist. That's not liking your people. I'm not talking about this is all. Look, I don't see black and white when it comes to certain things. I see rich and poor, poverty, and just poor. Because I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me on this one. I know you ain't gonna agree with me on this one, and this is what make us different. I see poor people that are black and white in them court systems going through the same shit. They go through the same stuff, and they wear, if white girls had them poor white girls had to wear, if their hair was like our hair, they'd be down there in bonnets too. Some of them just be in some shit that look like bonnets just because. It's a culture. It's a culture. And I can't stand it when people talk that justice center shit or talk that criminality shit, and like white people don't get in trouble, like they're not out here committing crimes, like they're not out here fighting. They do the same shit, but it ain't no high. This is a classism problem, folks. It's a classism problem. You don't see no well-to-do rich white folks out here fighting, just like you don't see no well-to-do black folks out here fighting. You just don't see it. People got shit to do. When you got things to do, you ain't got time to be fighting, fussing, and cussing and all that old shit. I got something I want to ask you. Have you guys seen? And we got a short show today, so I'm gonna bring this up. I'm moving. I'm moving today. Did you see the fight on Carnival Cruise Line? Darnell Hunter said, I seen a white girl in a bonnet last week. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying, bro? It's a culture thing. It's just crazy to me. But that all being said, did you all see the fight on Carnival Cruise Line? Somebody put it in the Wyatt Live Messenger group. I seen it. Some other guys that do podcast things of that nature been on the situation. And now they've banned people. Like 17 adults were banned on Carnival. Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You couldn't give me a Carnival Cruise Line ticket for free. I don't give a damn where it's going. I won't be on it. Not now, never. Since COVID, right before COVID, and definitely after COVID, Carnival Cruise Line has been Spirit Airline on water. Have y'all seen the video of those folks fighting and shit? Where there's babies and kids, and we not wondering why our children act the way they act. We already know why they act the way they act. We got parents. Now, let's just say this. We got people with kids, because parents wouldn't do no shit like that. Parents aren't going to fight in front of their kids, setting examples of, don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you touch me, it's going down. Don't touch me. You touch me, it's happening, it's going down. Then where everybody wanna feel sorry for the kid that got touched, and now the kid that got touched, now they just do some shit that's way far and beyond what the kid who touched you did. Yeah, Ron Dula said, I seen that BS, and you heard the comments. I'm gonna play it for you. I don't advocate fighting, but yeah, I got something to say about it. And I love the people that come in here and be like, oh, he don't like his people. Well, I tell y'all what. I tell you what. If you want me to stop talking about us, stop giving me so much money, but stop giving me so much content. If you want me to stop talking about the shit we doing at the airport, if you want me to stop talking about the shit we doing at Carnival Cruise Lines and all that, then I tell you what, then stop giving me so much content. Because you wonder why people look at certain people sideways. This is the reason why. We look at people like that sideways. And if you don't, you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. Everybody know ratchet. Everybody know I don't do that ghetto shit. See, I'm from the ghetto. And I got some brothers that's from the ghetto. I got some sisters that's from the ghetto. Stop putting that shit on ghetto. Ain't ghetto. I'm ghetto. I'm from the ghetto. So it's offensive to me when you say that people that's acting a certain way are acting ghetto. I'm a grown ass man with a family. I've been fairly successful in my life. The majority of my friends that I grew up with that are from Laura Holmes, Lincoln Courts are in the same path that I'm in. We may be doing different things for a living, but we have kids, we have families, we have people we take care of. We have people that love us and we love them. We all from the ghetto and we don't act like that. So stop putting that shit is offensive to me. If you ever ask my children, they'll tell you, Daddy always said, don't say some shit ghetto up in this house. If you say something ghetto, he will. That's when I crash out. Is that the new terminology for hitting the ceiling? Yeah, I crash out when they talk that, oh, that's that ghetto shit. No, we're going to use the word ratchet. Okay, we're going to start using the word ratchet in this house. Okay, because that's what it is. It's a form of behavior. Don't identify bad behavior from where I'm from. That's, that's just not fair. It's not right. But yeah, these folks down in Miami at the port of Miami on a cruise carnival cruise, acting a damn fool. And it ain't nothing new to this. I tell you, when I really said I wasn't going to talk about this type of stuff, what blew it up for me, I can't think of how many times I took my kids to Disneyland growing up. Them growing up, me growing up as a father, us as a, growing up. We've been to Disney so many times, right? And I think I had the video that they played a few years ago. It's probably been 5 years ago, where the brother was kicking everybody's ass he was hitting women. He was punching women and dragging them and went and had a fight with another woman at Disneyland inside the park. Oh my God. I said to myself, see, this is why they don't want to see us coming. Oh yeah, I know. Get mad at me today. It's all good. I'm the realest though. I'm the only one that'll say some shit that nobody else will say. I'm the only one brave enough. All the rest of them, they'll mention it. Oh, well, that's that individual. Those are the same people that think individually, when we do something individually, we did it individually. But let a white man do something, and that's how all white people act. See, they just so so they just so hypocritical in their thoughts in the process. No accountability. And then when you do ask for accountability, now you're a sellout. Here's another thing that's funny. Before I play this video and before I go to the phone, I want to say this to all my younger up and coming podcasters, especially in the Cincinnati area, because I've been getting a lot of phone calls. I've been getting a lot of people who are a little younger than me who used to call me Unc. They're on podcasts now and they're doing the podcast game, and I wish them well. Trust me. They don't know it's a grind. It's a serious grind. It's a hustle. It's a hard hustle. And here's what's going to happen, especially in the way you're going about it. Y'all going to be hated. There's a new podcast. I believe it's something 513 something. These are younger guys. Now, to me, 30 years old is younger, but these like my nephews that have been interviewed and doing these things. And when I started Wyatt Live 6 years ago, it was very against the grain to talk about what I talk about, holding people accountable, talking about the shit that I was talking about how you gonna say there ain't no gangs in Cincinnati. You notice how all of them starting to talk about how the gangs in Cincinnati are just aggressive? I thought we didn't have gangs. Challenging the upclass or the boule, what y'all want to call it. I don't put names on it, but everybody know who they are. Starting up all these programs, not necessary. Now all of a sudden, I'm watching programs like this 513. I can't think of it. I'll get the name of it when I'm watching the video. I'll pull it up so y'all can go go watch it. I've only seen one episode. I didn't even see the full episode. I seen a snippet, a clip of it, because one of my little nephews, street nephew, one of them being interviewed. And he used to watch my show. He probably still does, but they used to watch the show. And it was through Team No Hoes. I guess y'all know that that's an app, and not an app, but some type of group that's going at. It's a street group, okay? And I sometimes share this show to Team No Hoes, and it, I don't get much feedback on them because I'm usually talking about them. I'm usually talking about people in that group. Now I shared today's show since I'm bringing them up. I I shared them in this show today. So I'm gonna be hated again. But at least this time when I'm hated for saying what I'm saying, they'll be able to reference back to this new 513 show. Okay. And this new 513 show is this guy is interviewing one of the younger guys who's about 30, between 30 and 35. And they're talking about how we need to stop all the shooting in Cincinnati. We need to calm down, man. We need to start holding our people accountable and blah, blah, blah. Now, I've been saying this shit since Wyatt Live podcast has been in existence. They wasn't trying to hear it. I'm not even mad that they're starting to say the same thing that I've been saying. I'm not mad that they saying it now and they kind of looking like they like spitting fucking bars or something all of a sudden. See, what happens is you change your tune when you become victim. See, 30 years old on the streets right now, 35 years old on the streets out here, that's old shit. You are OG at 35 on the streets. You feel what I'm saying to you? These 20-year-old, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old, 22-year-old dudes see a 35-year-old MF as an old head. He an OG. Now those OGs are starting to say things like, man, we got to start holding our kids accountable and holding our people accountable because when they come up dead. Now, you wasn't saying that shit 5 years ago. And the reason why you wasn't saying that shit 5 years ago is because you was mainstream. It didn't affect you. Now your ass an OG and your ass ain't as fast. You ain't as quick on the draw. And now they disrespecting your ass like you was disrespecting people back in your 5 year ago days. Now everything got to be, accountability. Oh, we got to start, we go to their funerals. And when we go to their funerals, people be talking all that old, this is shame shit. No, that motherfucker deserved it. All the bad shit he done did to people. See what I'm saying? But when I was saying that shit 5 years ago, oh man, shit. I couldn't get a heart. I couldn't get a thumbs up because nobody wanted to be affiliated with the truth. Nobody wanted to co-sign and be like, yeah, he owned to something. You know what I'm saying? No, I told y'all, leaders are lonely people. They lonely people. And the only people that are, you know what space is crowded? Rebounders. People that rebound off of truth. Now they become, when it's popular to tell the truth, now all the rebounders, the guys who was popular, and they popular and they become even more popular because now they ready to get the rebound of the truth. Once they get that rebound, now they sound like they spitting bars. It's almost like a remix, all right? Like a remix album. Like right now, my kids listen to some songs, man, and I'll be like, you know that's an old Fat Boy song. They be like, who? Fat Boys made that shit in 78 or whatever, 88, whatever. And they be like, I ain't like Slick Rick got songs that these younger guys, they use in the Lottie Dotties in they song. And they think that shit is like fresh, like it's a bar. And I'm like, bro, we used to say that. You know what I'm saying? Now they're saying it and they trying to they don't even understand that they are a remix. And they doing the same thing with the truth. Now they talking about when all this killing that's going on in my lovely city of Cincinnati. Now all of a sudden they talking about we got to start holding these people accountable, man. We got to start telling, we got to start saying this. We got to stop making it seem like it's cool, you know, to be with these folks. Wait a minute, it wasn't cool when I was saying it. We ain't quite there yet, V. We ain't quite there, VJ. Damn, I don't like calling you VJ. That just don't sound right. It just means I'm slowing down a little bit, bro. I'm going to let the young guns have it. So, because look, all they doing is parroting the things that I said. They may not say it the way I say it. And here's the other thing about it. It makes me feel unbelievably great. You know why? Because I don't mind being the bad guy. I don't mind being the guy, you know, who occasionally says, I told you so. I don't even mind being the guy talking like I'm talking like right now. I don't mind being that guy. I don't mind not getting roses and flowers or whatever the shit it is that you think that you're supposed to get for saying things that's not popular. I'm an unpopular guy for what I bring to the table. Trust me. But I remember listening to people like Drop Squad years and years over years, and he would say things like, boy, you on to something, keep going, man, don't stop. I remember reading some of the DMs in my message group and Messenger directly to me, and people would say things like, man, look, bro, don't stop, man. I had that same conversation that you said. I had that conversation with my son, man. I ain't have a real relationship with my son, man, but you made me reach out. Me and his mama don't get along, man, but I don't have to get along with her to get along with my kid. It's not okay that I act like my father. See what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I get on the outside of the show. People that stay away from, wanting to be on call, or we have different conversations. But I'm so super proud of the people that's starting to come up and step up and say certain things. It's guys who used to be. Look, this thing is very tough to do, because when you in your prime of being popular in a city, you the shit at the club, people listen to you, you an influence. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about people that are like 35-ish now. They say they're starting to switch over because now their kids are older. See, if they had a child at 15, now their kid is like 15 now. And they're starting to see how these streets affect their kid, how the streets actually did them. And now they don't really want their kid to get caught out in them streets like they got caught out in the streets. Nobody holding them accountable. And now they want to try to add some accountability to their children. And we're learning that accountability is self. It's nobody else. It's not Cincinnati Public Schools. It's not Baltimore Public Schools. It's not Cam County Butler Public Schools. No. It's self. It's your mother. It's your father. It's your uncle. Your granny. It's self. That's why I'm trying to get y'all off this old shit of, look at all this gun violence. No, look at all these violent people that's using guns. See, that's a soft-ass way of saying people got problems and they handling their problems with guns. A gun is not a pet. Okay, you don't raise a 9mm like you raise a pit bull. Okay, if we had a pit bull problem in the community because they going off on people, that pit bull got a mind of its own. You raised it and it did something different, right? It stepped outside of the culture, whatever you raised it to be. It attacked somebody. Maybe you raised an attack dog, but the attack dog didn't listen to you that time, right? The attack dog didn't listen to you. But I ain't seen nobody raise a 9mm. I'm talking about from a puppy ass gun. And that damn 9mm went off and did some shit on its own. I ain't never seen that. I've seen a person do something with 9mm gun, AR-15. I've seen a behavior from the individual do something with a gun. I've seen a pit bull have a mind of its own after being raised by a person. You can blame a pit bull problem. You can blame we got a dog problem in the neighborhood, man. These dogs losing their mind. They doing, y'all see the picture. You get what I'm saying to you. Stop saying we got a gun problem. Best in believe. If they didn't have one 9mm or an AR-15, that same mentality of find a fucking stick and beat the shit out of you. Then we gonna have a stick problem out here. Or we got a knife problem. Or we got a hand grenade problem. Whatever it is. Stop blaming the tool that's being used. Oh, we got a sharpened pencil ass problem, man. Everybody getting stuck with pencils. We got a problem. We got a people problem that's just violent that use guns. And best believe, if guns weren't available, I think more people would get hurt. People will be locking doors and setting buildings on fire. Get out if you can. Let me go to the phone lines real fast before I get started on what I'm talking about. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, it's your nephew, Twin.
My nephew, Twin? How old are you?
I'm only 37.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I probably could. Yeah, I could have it. You ain't 37, but I could have a nephew 37. What's good with you, twin? I'm just messing with you,
No,
brother.
man,
What's good?
I'm almost 50 and stuff. They call me
Okay.
Yeah, they call me I respect my elders growing up, man, for me. I'm still affiliated with the, growth and development nation. Because I still ride under the 21519,
Okay.
1611 principle, man.
Okay.
And by me saying that, man, it's crazy out here, Wyatt. It really is, man. Man, first of all, before I get my lawnmower started, prayers to Louis Farrakhan and his wife,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
She passed away.
See.
Yeah, she passed away, man. Sad, man. And prayers to Farrakhan. I met him twice outside his home and then at the airport. I never met his wife and everything, but, you know, listened to her and, good spirits about her and everything. And everything. She was, 100, solid and everything.
Weren't they together? How long? Like, how long were they? 70 years or something?
72.
Whew. Man, that's a woman for
since
you.
they was married. Wow. And I can't say Farrakhan, man, regardless of, what inspired transparent or whatever between the feud between him and Malcolm X, and a lot of people know what happened, but regardless, man, he looked out for a lot of brothers in Chicago. I'm gonna go political for a minute.
Okay.
He gave a bully pulpit. He told Obama use his bully pulpit to help the people out. And so a lot of people looked out for Obama, man, to establish the growth of development of Black people and what we was living in poverty or whatever the case may be. And, we got ignored. And people don't realize the situation, how we trying to grow, man. See, right now, Wyatt, in today's societies, you holler, vote, 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 vote. Okay, I understand that, to each his own. But I was doing it for a minute, Wyatt, and stuff, because I thought it would help us as one, as a unity, as Black folks, and as one. But I see it went out the other way, man. And somehow, Wyatt, in my opinion and my standard, as I look at it going forth, let's do for ourselves, man. If we just cut off that line of voting and all that, and we just do stuff for ourselves, and let them white folks say why the Black folks ain't mess with us no more, we can be a consumers to ourselves. Because we make a lot of money and progress a lot of money in the United States as consumers at one whole. But
so wait,
we don't contribute, huh?
Can I ask you a question about that, twin? Because I'm a little bit confused. I think I hear you, but I want to make sure I understand. Are you suggesting that Black folks shouldn't vote? Or you think they should vote?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and right now, as I stand on this, the reason why I say that, they holler democracy and all that, the Trump administration, whoever go take away from you. Okay, I understand all that. But in equation to that, what I'm saying, we've been doing this all that for 60-some years and stuff. What have we gained from it? We gonna let these immigrants in our cities, y'all pump fake like it ain't happening and stuff, like, oh, this not happening, just as the Republican talk. But if you go in there and see it for yourself besides social media and all that, and I hate the people that don't even do it, and they just want to go on social media, he say, she say, oh, let Reverend Sharpton or one of them pump faking Jamal Bryant tell you and stuff, it's okay. But until you do it for yourself, you know what's really going on in that city, you be like, man, they playing us. We've been doing this for 60 years, man. Well, when we go get it. That's why I acknowledge for us by us. Okay. Because they was making a statement.
Okay.
Man, y'all better get aboard. But people laugh, oh man, go buy that cheap stuff and so them regular they just, man, what they talking about? It was making a statement, man. When they say, when he was saying grow your own food and build your own and everything, people laughed at it. But look at us now. We want to play the blame game and all that. It's like a Republican fault. It's not no damn Republican. It's your own fault. You've been voting for the last 60 years, man. That's out the window with me, man.
Well, let me ask you,
I
Twin,
can't.
because
Go
I
ahead,
hear you.
Wyatt.
I hear
Go
you.
ahead,
I just
Wyatt.
want to ask you a couple questions. First, let me just say this before I ask my questions. I don't agree that black folks shouldn't vote. I don't agree with that, but I'll explain that to you at the end of this conversation. Let me ask you something. What is it that you think black folks as a community ask for of politicians, of politics? What do you think that we ask for that we don't get
I'm saying,
as a
if
whole?
I'm
As a whole,
as a whole, hey, Obama, why did you build in that center? I've been trying to get my laundromat or my food market here for years and everything. Oh, we gonna get back to you. Boom, here go the center and everything. Hold on. Come on, Alderman. I didn't vote for y'all and y'all knew y'all was gonna pass this and all of a sudden y'all let this create in my neighborhood when I've been trying for the last 15, 20 years.
okay. Well,
Oh, just because his name is recognized or whatever, he more gangster than everything. Now he go, come on.
okay.
I've been living here 50, 60 years. Now you go allow this. Now my property taxes going up because of this old fake ass FBI ass penitentiary looking building.
Okay,
See, man, we can't do that,
I gotta
man.
cut in for a little bit. What does the politicians have to do with us not building up our communities?
You gotta understand. You gotta respect. From now on, here on out, Wyatt, you gotta respect my vote. If I'm out there in the rain, sleet, or snow, you gotta respect my vote, man. I put my trust in you. I put my money on you, man, that you go do for we ag, whether it's a bridge, a pothole, or whatever. But you can't go back and say, we go give it to them and all that, the immigrants, and get our money to them and stuff, when I've been crying for this for the last 20, 40 years.
Okay.
You can't do that, man. You got to have you talking about y'all holler at democracy and all that. I don't understand, man. Y'all not for it, man.
Okay.
Y'all preach it, but y'all not for it. But if that community over there in Palestine or Jewish community, Chinese community, whatever, getting the same thing, I mean, getting they goods, let my black people get the same thing.
So what should we?
You want
what? Let me ask you this: what did the illegal people? What did they get that we didn't get?
Man, they got more assistance. They got more. When I tried to get that, when black folks, I'm gonna talk about Chicago. I don't know about Cincinnati, really. I'm talking about what I discovered.
Okay.
When they was trying to get in that building, when you grew up 40, 50 years, I'm gonna turn it to a laundromat. I'm gonna turn it to a 24-hour restaurant. When they got it, the city said no. Here come 2 years later, here come the immigrants and stuff. They open up shops and everything, restaurants, food markets and all that. Hold on. You on torn? We going to our field house and everything. We've been trying to get our field house and everything upgrade, but y'all on turn it to a shelter for the migrants.
Okay, so are you suggesting that let's just use Chicago, because I'm thinking that's where you're talking, right?
Yeah. I don't know about Cincinnati, man. So I'm speaking from experience when I know for a fact when I went there and saw it for myself. Hell with social media, Wyatt.
Okay, let me just ask you a question.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
You know I go to Chicago quite a bit, all right? And that's one of my really nice places to go. I really love Chicago.
Why? Are you familiar with 63rd and Halston?
I am.
Okay, but they used to be, now you know it's Kennedy King, right? Kennedy King College.
I'm not familiar with that, no.
See, remember, back in the day, it used to be a straight strip mall, whatever.
Okay.
And then they flipped it to Kennedy King College. Okay. Around that area, why used to be black banks right there, Wyatt.
Okay.
Back then in the day, you couldn't even cross West of 67 Marquette Park. They was racist. Okay. Then we came along and, gentrification and all that extra stuff came about. And they moved the black banks further and no more black banks no more.
Okay.
But go ahead, Wyatt.
No. So what's the point when you say that?
The point is this, man. They moving in them people, the migrants and all that. They used to be all the way on the west side, a little bit further west from where I stayed at. I grew up on 6th and 63rd, all through there. Man, there's so many white folks now and Mexican now in our community, man. It's sickening, man.
Okay.
And people don't realize, I'm like,
Well,
How did this happen?
let me just say this, okay? Because I think I'm getting lost in the point that you're making, but I think I get it. I think I know what you're saying. Let me help out by saying this. What I see, I don't care whether you're in Florida, like further south, or in the Midwest, up in the Cincinnati area. You can go to some of the suburban areas in these areas. In those certain areas of Cincinnati now. I don't know if Forest Park and Fairfield is considered to be Cincinnati, but I think if you live in Cincinnati, you call those areas Cincinnati because it's the outskirts of the city, you know. But if you go look at those little small towns, if you want to call them that, they have all these grocery stores. Last time I was in Cincinnati, I seen an African grocery store, a big building that used to be like one of those.
Where?
I don't remember. It was like in the Fairfield area. Fairfield is so diverse when it comes down to grocery stores. They have damn near, you know, they got quite a bit of stores for different people of different nationalities. I don't think there's a problem with that. I just say to myself, how was that able to be done so quickly? But yet we're still talking about food deserts in Avondale, food deserts in the cities, you know, in the communities in the city that I was raised up in. How is that possible? What's wrong? And I'll say this to you. I don't want to blame the government for that. I don't think it's the government's fault, twin. I really don't. I think that we don't want to open up businesses in our community. We lost the value of understanding what self-preservation meant inside our own community. That don't mean that we won't open a business. It just means we're not in the business of opening up businesses to cater to our people. That's just my opinion. Y'all know
you think it's a lack of advertisement or
no, it's a lack of I don't want to be in this community. I don't want to deal with my own people. That we lost ourselves. That's what this is my opinion. A lot of people won't agree with this. But you ask me, I mean, if you look at how I grew up in Cincinnati, where it was all Black-owned businesses downtown on Lynn Street, and you know, all that was Black-owned. Every once in a while, you seen a little Jewish, you know, business, Benz, and you know, the clothing stores. But we start taking that stuff over, and then what happened is, I think it got a little bit of, you know, some things start happening where, you know, we just start moving out our own community. And it wasn't like we were moving out, like we were opening up a store out in Mason, Ohio, or living out in Mason, Ohio, and still operating a store on Lynn Street. That's not how it worked. For some odd reason, we just got out of there and decided to do something different. Whether it was Vince Martin left because he didn't own the property, or maybe his children didn't want to take it over. You see what I'm saying?
I think it was a children problem, man. After that,
that's some of it. But I know some guys. Yeah. My uncle had a store, GJ's. That's my uncle. That's G and them. You know what I'm saying? Like they opened up several, and then they let my uncle, you know, open up one GJ's too down on Lynn.
What is that, like a clothing store?
No, they're what do you call them? Like I don't know, like pony keg type stores. You know, fast, quick in and quick out type stuff. You know, pony keg.
So they no longer in business.
No, because what happens is, number one, the population of us has definitely dwindled in these communities. So I don't think a Black-owned business at this point can survive off of the things that we used to survive off of. Like, you can't open up a pony keg on Lynn Street right now and think that it's going to pop like it used to 15, 20 years ago. It's not going to do it because the community has changed. The people that's starting to take over in that area down by TQL Stadium, they're not pony keg type people. They're going up to the brand new Kroger and they're buying things. You know what I'm saying? They're buying like fruits and vegetables. They're not buying 2020 Mad Dogs, and they're not buying hot pickles and grippos and shit. That's not what they're buying. But my point is this: we used to have dry cleaners. We used to have you know, very productive businesses in our neighborhood. And I think the reason why those things left is because of us. I don't think anybody told us we couldn't keep doing it. If you really think about it, twin, this is something for all of us to think about. Think about when Black Wall Street happened. I know a lot of people understand they have a principle of what Black Wall Street was, but let's just go off of the basics of the principle. What you think? How is it that we were able to do this in the 20s? Well, it was actually 1918. How were we able to do those type of things when it was the hardest times for black folks in this country. See what I'm saying? They didn't go to banks. They didn't go to a government-backed bank. We did it on our own.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of help from some comrades. You know, we had some people that financed some projects, but we did it ourselves. We didn't do it in the traditional kind of way. We bordered. People exchange services to build these businesses and to continue.
So why we can't do it now?
That's my point. It's because we don't want each other. That's what I'm trying to tell you. How is it just that question that you asked right there? Ask that question and then ask the question how new people come to this country and do it right away. Because they see that their people are in need of something. They're providing a service for their people, and their people. How often do you see those folks walking around Kroger? And if they are, it's because Kroger has introduced some brand new aisle for them. There's an Asian aisle, a Mexican aisle.
You
Kroger.
Ain't never lying, buddy. You ain't never lying.
And that's because if Kroger would not have facilitated that, those folks would have never been in Kroger's. They would have went into whatever the name of those stores are that they're
Asian market, African market,
whatever those name of the stores are that's popping up in these communities. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how, and it's us. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I watched us walk right past black-owned hair stores in our community and go right to the Asian because the perm is $1 cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
And we didn't have that consciousness of saying, hey man, I'm gonna spend my money with Lil Rick and them because shit, Lil Rick and them been here. No, as soon as somebody come in with a new shiny disco ball in the middle of the floor of their damn store and they got something that's, you know, supposedly a little bit less money. Hey, do you remember the TV show or the movie, what was it, Barbershop? And remember when the new guy, because that's based in Chicago. Remember when the new snappy haircut place came in?
Yeah.
It wasn't black owned, but Calvin had the black owned barbershop that's been there for decades, and he had to compete up against a corporate store. And did you see how they were lined up because they had fish tanks and the brand new clippers and everything was nice in there? That wasn't black owned though. And we we don't have that consciousness in our communities that we need to stick our money together and spend with us, even though it's $1 more. You see what I'm saying? Even that it's 50 cents more. We got to look at the long play. You know, it's a 10 inning.
I'm glad you said about that community where it was shot at. They was always black owned over there. Now you got them Venezuelans over there, Wyatt. They ban up everything. They made it after that movie shut down and all that, and here it is. Them Venezuela moved over there, which you would never thought would be over there. They ban up everything. Them buildings went abandoned over there. If you look at Danielle Carter, who's running for mayor in Chicago, she went on live and showed you how they taking the property and everything.
Well, I know.
Oh, this building's not for sale. But hold on, you just sold it to the Venezuela and everything. That's how they getting played in the black community, man. That was number straight black community over there on the east side and everything. And they giving it to the Venezuelan, they building up markets and all that. Certain areas required that I grew up, you would never thought a Mexican or a Pollard person across over there. Because of the ghetto and the way the mentality and the environment of the gangsters over there shooting and all that. Like, now how did this happen?
But we talking about Chicago, right?
We talking about Shaq.
Let me tell you how that happens. When you tear down, just think about it. Not only did it happen in Chicago, it happened in Cincinnati as well. I can compare the two. These Midwest cities. This is why when people say, why they talk about Chicago? I talk about Chicago because Chicago is probably the largest black city in the Midwest. And what people don't understand is they always start with places like Chicago, New York. You know, you start in places where you can get it, the massive people are, so it becomes a normal type of a thing. And once Chicago do it, okay, all the other, Midwest cities are fall in line. So I pay attention to how they do the big cities first, because it just trickles down. You don't build from the small cities and make the big city do it next. No, they make the big city do it, and then the smaller cities do it. Like, for instance, there's another thing, and I'm gonna talk about what you just said. This thing that's going on in New York City right now with this rent freeze. I don't know what people think that is. Like, I don't know what y'all think that is. You think that this man is about to tell property owners that they can't charge more?
Exactly.
You understand what I don't know, but that's how you.
And that
start.
definition is Is that the definition of astro, putting your money in astro or something like that? Or,
Astro?
you know, what they call it? What they call it when you landlord ain't maintenance ain't doing
Work
their
on it,
job?
twin.
You put your money in astro. What? How you
It's
say it?
called escrow.
How much?
But I hear you.
Astro,
I
whatever.
was gonna let you get away with it, but I couldn't, bro, because it was just a little too far.
I'm
But
sorry.
no, it's all
I'm
good.
sorry.
But no, escrow. But yeah, what happens is this though. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, why?
No, it's all good. It's all gravy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. All right, what? My bad. You got me there. I'm baffled.
I'm sorry, but I seen the
but
video of it, and he went in knocking on doors and all that. Like, man, come on, that Mike. You can't do that. Them landlords ain't going for that.
yeah, well,
Man, free. Come on, man. It ain't going. They not going.
It's not quite what it sounds like it is, but
Yeah,
it is bad. I'm gonna do a show on it one day, really soon. I'm gonna do the show well before the problem starts to happen. The problem has already happened. Okay, they just lit the candle. You lit the firecracker wick. You just lit it. I'm not gonna wait for it to get halfway down or right before the firecracker pop. I'm gonna do a show about this rent freeze, and I'm gonna let everybody on Wyatt Live know exactly what the problem is with rent freezing. All right.
Hey, let me ask you a question, man, because I know you on timeline or whatever, man, and you pissing me off because you say you ain't gonna come in like that. I don't know if you fading away from the podcast or whatever. But I know you doing your thing and all that, but we go miss you. As long as you just show up 1 or 2 times a week, it's cool.
I'm not going
unlike
anywhere.
You, man.
I'm not.
But I know you got a lot. I know you got a lot going on. I respect you as a man, as a person, and everything. But you know, we got to have a 1 o'clock show to to hype us up. And so now I like you as a person, man, and I like you engaging with us,
you too,
letting us know, keeping the gangster and everything solid, and letting them know what's really going on. A lot of people, hate and don't go along with with what you're saying.
I ain't here to bring nobody with me, bro.
I understand you because you only went out of Cincinnati, and you said them guys that had a podcast 513. I'd love to join and engage with them and see what they really about.
I'll get you the name. I'll get you the name of the podcast. I just don't know exactly what it is because I just heard it like right before I came on the show, and it was one of my little nephews that was on there, and I'll get it's 513 something or it's something 513.
I'll see it. It'll pop out on Facebook, whatever case
I'll
may
get
be.
It to you,
Hey, Wyatt, man. Yeah. 29 times, man.
What?
29 times, man. Dude shot at Shorty, man. College Hill.
29 times?
Yeah, they said 29 times. He killed the old girl, the 18-year-old, and shot whoever, a friend that was in the car.
You know what's scary about that, twin?
Everything not mental, man.
I didn't hear that, but you know what's scary about that?
What's that, Wyatt?
I don't know a gun that fires 29 times. So that means
unless you got I don't know. Unless you got extended clip on.
Well, wait a minute. Are we talking about 29 shell casings?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought you meant
no, like
bang,
that.
Bang, unload. You know what I'm saying? Reload. That's kind of dangerous.
No.
So we're talking about a high power rifle.
Like that.
We're talking about a high power gun.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a rifle or something. He shot up in there towards the old girl, but they say he shot it 29 times. But
okay.
Come on, man.
I haven't heard anything, so I'm just going by what you said.
I understand we want to blame the mental and all that, but man, that's premeditated, man. And then we shouldn't even waste taxpayer money. Just, man, you're guilty. Lock them, you already locked up, throw away the key, man. It's crazy, man. Everything, I don't know why. I don't know. And then we got all these shootings and stuff, especially in my city, 29 times, 39 and 6 dead. Man, there ain't no gun problem, like you said. It's a people problem.
Yeah, that's
and
not
people want to face reality and accountability of it, like, and that Mayor Johnson want to come up with some type of plan for it. Man, you should have been there. You got rid of the funding of the police. You got rid of the shot spotters, whatever the camera thing is. And come on, man.
I would do this.
I don't understand, man.
Let me sum it up like this. I hear you. You're right. The mayor of Chicago got rid of shot spotter. It was too expensive, so he says. The other thing is, they're not really. he has 160-man police detail himself, meaning, or 106-man detail. The mayor does himself. So he understands there's a huge crime issue in his city. Here's what I would ask anybody that has a problem.
Did you see that Trump offered him? He told him, "Hey, I'm gonna send a National Guard for Juneteenth." He said, "No, we got this."
Well, that was where I was going. Okay, I don't care if it's Trump or Joe Biden or Barack Obama or whoever the president is. I believe that it's a disservice that if a mayor who has a problem in his city with crime refuses help from wherever it comes from, as long as it's a legitimate resource. And if it's the same government or whoever went in Memphis, the same government that went into DC and cut that crime down in more than half, why? Here's what I would ask, and I would love for somebody to put it in the screen or call me and tell me, if you're the mayor, because Lightfoot did the same thing and had all those killings after the help was offered.
Yes, he refused to help too.
How could you justify leadership that refuses help from the government when? And I'm talking to my black folks. Okay, I'm just talking to black folks right now. Let's just all. I don't care what party you're affiliated with. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I just want to know. Make it make sense, my people. Make it make sense that a mayor who sees more black kids, both boys and girls, getting shot down in the streets, refusing help from the government that could knock that shooting in half. Why would we stand up and allow that man to say, "We got this"? Why would we even how is it that somebody explain to me how that's okay? Put it in the screen. Like, we don't need his help. We don't need this help. We asking for help from the government on everything else, but things that really will cut down on some of the pain and suffering in those communities. Just explain to me in a good way, or however way you can bring it. Tell me why you would turn down help from the government of knocking down the shootings and stuff in those communities when you have 12-year-old little kids out there getting shot and killed.
Hey, Wyatt. Hey, did you see the percentage though that has have Memphis here? They went from 60 to 40.
Yeah, DC has the same type of rate going on. Twin, what else you got, man? I got to take a couple more calls though because I'm getting out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Nice engaging that thing. My bad, Wyatt. My bad.
No,
you coming in tomorrow, man? No.
What is tomorrow? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
No.
Taco Tuesday.
No. I'm going to let everybody have their space. I'm going to let wherever they go to hear whatever they want to hear. See, what people don't understand is when people do some hateful, hurtful, think they doing some runaround shit, I take the words and wisdom of my grandmother.
What you mean, man?
Nothing. I don't mean anything by that. Just hear me out. I let people do what they want to do, and it actually helps me. You know, hate, I've always used hate as energy. All right. So tomorrow I won't be here. Tuesdays are looking real slim for me. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's
what we expect from you twice a week now?
Well, I'm looking more like Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. That works a little bit better for me. 3 times a week looks better for me based on my schedule. Now, here's my thing. I will be honest with you and tell you guys this. I am working on a new office in the city of Cincinnati. Okay, so I will be in the city of Cincinnati a little bit more often here as soon as my office is flipped over and it's ready for me. And what I'm able to do with this new spot in my Cincinnati office is I'll be able to probably do some Wyatt live from the office in Cincinnati. It'll also allow some of my guests, or not some of my guests, but you guys can become guests.
I get to pop up and host a Wyatt live.
Well,
okay, man.
If you want to, Twin, I've always welcomed you to be a host or a co-host or whatever. But this goes for anybody, even the people who disagree. I mean, I always believe that good good talk is necessary as long as you can have a grown person's conversation and we can have a disagreement and find some common ground. That's all I ask. But
I understand. Hey, Wyatt, do you with your busy schedule, and you say you in 42 states, man, is your bail bonds and your commercial business, are they in all states or just the bail bond?
Well, I have bonding. See, a lot of people say bail. bonding is a
Bonding.
broad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not
Bonding
like,
in all 42. They all in 42 states.
yes. I
And do you
have,
get a chance to visit all of?
I try to get there as much as I possibly can, but I have what you,
Wow.
I'm a GA, okay, a general, you know, a general agent. Basically, I have offices in these places that I've opened up for people to open their own business up. So
Okay.
I allow
Okay.
these, you know.
So are you in Chicago, New York, and California, the
I'm not,
major cities?
I'm not in Chicago. Now, I thought I was going to be in Chicago the first of this year of 2026 because Trump got in office, and I was like, okay, what'll happen is Illinois will allow, you know, performance bonds the way I do them, and they haven't really got to that. It hadn't even hit the. It hadn't even got to legislation yet. I mean, you know, they haven't even introduced it yet. Jack said 42 states, and he laughed. He's laughing.
He said what?
Jack, he said 42 states, and he's laughing. I don't think he understands what you mean by that because
No, because you say you your business in 42 states. Remember you said that.
Yes.
Before, right?
Yes,
am I correct?
I'm more focused on the comment as if it was not like it's. Like,
I mean, am I being real though? Are you in 42 states, right?
Yes. My comment to what you're saying, I mean, it's not towards you. It was towards what Jack was laughing because he said 42 states. And I'm saying, yes, I'm licensed in 42 states. I have 42 offices in 42 different states. And
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
twin,
check me out,
nothing,
man.
it has nothing to do with you. I was making a comment to a comment that was in the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's all, man. Man, I hope I'll see you, Lord's will. That's Wednesday, Thursday, whatever.
Okay, bro. I'll see you.
1 o'clock. I know the 1:10, 1:15, 1 o'clock.
Well, I'll get here when I get here.
And then brought that tattoo, man.
You're more than welcome to it. I got one for you at $39.99.
All right, deal with.
All right, twin. Take it easy, bro. Right. Thanks for engaging with us. Jeez, that was a lot. Anybody lift weights? I don't mean like power lift or anything like that, but does anybody lift weights? Twin is like the reps when he first called, the reps working out are a little easy at the beginning. But the longer he's on the phone, them reps get heavier and heavier. You know what I'm saying? That's Twin's phone calls are like that. I mean that respectfully, Twin. They just they get tough at the end. I've been lifting the whole time, and now, you know, the last few 5. All right, let me go back to the phone lines, man. Look like people want to talk to me today. That's good. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is CK. They made me, they put a gun in my head and had me calling you on repeat. That's what they told me to tell you from the comments.
They put a gun to your head and okay. What?
What's up with you, man?
Hey, what's going on, CK? How you doing today, bro?
Man, that's shoot. Hey, I see you with the vest. I see you with the vest. I see. 513. You representing, you down in Florida, ain't you?
513. That's right.
Come on, man. Hey, I like the correlation, man. You doing good. I seen great show. I'm glad, man, you had to talk about Carmelo Anthony right after. And, you know, I see our stances have not changed. You know, I feel that he should have got at max 5 years probation. I think 35 years incarceration is ridiculous, Mr. Wyatt. I did watch the fight this weekend, Boots Ennis. It was a tremendous fight. Did you get to catch that fight, sir?
One of the best fights I've seen and Boots in. Yeah.
Yes. He was in there with a stone cold killer, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Is he a killer?
Is who a killer?
Boots.
Boots is very well skilled. He's entertaining, but he's not what people think yet. He's there. He's getting there. He's getting there. Okay. Some people gonna think I'm on some hater shit, but we ain't gonna talk about boxing. And when do I ever sugarcoat anything? I'm being 100 with y'all.
Never.
Boots hasn't fought somebody that got some thump. I said this about Earl Spencer a long time ago to one of my partners, Steve. I said, Steve, I say Earl beat some people, but Earl ain't fought anybody that got power in both hands yet. I said Earl Spence gets hit too much. Boots just showed me over the weekend that he can get hit a lot. But if he would have fought somebody with some thump, Boots wouldn't have got out of that third round. See what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford would have buried him. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying you got Crawford in there if he was to come out of retirement in the next couple of months? You think he could beat Boots?
I'm betting every dime I have on Crawford. Boots can't beat Crawford. Okay, bro. It's not.
Not enough experience yet. He's not there. He's not the complete product yet. You say he's still in progression.
Best answer you've ever given on Wyatt Live in your life, right there. He's just not. He's not experienced yet, and Crawford is just a master at what he does, and everything that Boots is great at. I know Terrence Crawford can take it away. He'll just take it away.
Yes,
he'll take it away from.
And you know about the lineage, Philadelphia, Cincinnati. You know about this. The Hawk, Aaron Pryor. Yeah. I witnessed him before that fight. I watched Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, the first one, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell you, sir, he hit that man Pryor so hard in his rib cage. If it was me, I'm talking about me. I don't care at what age, at 25, right? Mm-hmm. At whatever prime, I would have went down, forget gooden up in 10 seconds. I wouldn't have got up the rest of the day. They would have had to call. That's just Alexis Arguello. So remember, I'm not going to work for 2 weeks just off of one punch, sir. So to beat Alexis, you must beat the best. That means you must beat a guy that can knock you out with one punch. That is how you become great. But like you said, it's about taking the punches, right? Because one of those punches are knockout blows. Right? We see people go to sleep off of those punches. And you fight 15 rounds. This is what makes Aaron Pryor the Hawk. He beat people he was not supposed to beat. Alexis was a juggernaut. Tell him.
Yeah, he was a great fighter.
What, 89-1? I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was a great fighter. But now let me just say this one thing about Aaron Pryor, one of my favorite fighters. The first fighter I ever met as a world champion, as a little boy, we used to go to the neighborhood house and he would let us jump rope. And he was a good guy. He was not an evil guy. He wasn't mean spirited. He loved the kids. Aaron Pryor was a good person outside the ring. He was just a good guy. Now, Aaron Pryor was a combination of like a Sean Porter type of a fighter. Okay. A pressure fighter / very skilled on the inside. He wasn't a flashy showboat off the back foot.
When you say skill, where would you rank him like skill? Like Benavidez? Like the guy that Wilfred Benitez, like that kind of skill?
No, I mean skills on the inside. I mean, he shot from the pocket a lot. You know what that means?
Okay.
You know what that means?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he shot from the pocket a lot. And Aaron Pryor was very accurate with what a lot of people thought were a lot of wild punches because they would say Hawk time. No, he was very accurate. He was very accurate with his punches. He threw
I noticed that with Alexis. He very accurate. He gonna hit you with like 60% or 55% of his punches.
Well, I'm talking about Aaron Pryor, though. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. He was landing 55% of his punches against Alexis. And Alexis is a great defensive fighter. So he showed you his shooting for the pocket, that it looks like he can't land, but he know how to curve it into a land. I seen him land a 5-piece combination on Alexis. He probably never got hit with a 5-piece in his whole life. Can you imagine that? He hit him with a 5-piece.
Yeah. I just think that Aaron Pryor was a hard worker. He was a hard worker. He wasn't a flashy guy. He just went in there, and his job was. I said Sean Porter because they're not the same fighter, but Sean Porter was just a come forward pressure fighter. And I think fighters like that would give Boots a problem. Okay.
And now sticking on Sean Porter, would you admit that nobody can outdo him in training? He's going to give as much as you get. Or give, right? So if he's up against Kobe, he's going to get up at the same time as Kobe, and he's going to get off work to say, I don't think you can outdo a Sean Porter, and I think that's what made him a great champion. Your thoughts?
I hear you. I think I wouldn't put Sean Porter that high, but I'll use your Kobe analogy. I don't think anybody's ever going to go to the gym and outwork Kobe Bryant. I don't think anybody.
Not even Mayweather?
Well, no, they're not going to outwork him. They'll work just as hard as him. But I'm telling you, like Kobe Bryant is the epitome of hard work. I'm going to be the first to the gym and the last out the gym. Nobody's going to outwork him. Nobody's going to outwork Terrence Crawford. But
you don't think Sean Porter has that? Or you don't think when he fought Terrence Crawford, him and Crawford was going to the gym at the same time and leaving it. You don't think Crawford was training harder than Sean? Your thoughts?
No, I'm going to say this because I know both of these guys, and it's not fair for me to say this because it'll sound like that I was around and I actually seen this for myself. But it didn't matter how hard Sean Porter trained for that fight. Sorry, Sean.
That's my point.
Sorry, SP, but you could have trained 20 hours a day. All right.
That's my point.
He was never going to beat beat
So Wyatt, please understand my point. I'm saying his Kobe Bryant level training got him to that level. He's not the boxer IQ of a Sugar Ray Leonard or of a Crawford or a Mayweather, but he's an athlete. So Sean Porter is a phenomenal athlete. He's not he could have did a number of sports and been successful. So I'm saying he does have the Kobe Bryant. I don't think Crawford could outwork him in training. He's just a better fighter. He has a better boxing IQ. But I don't think when it comes to putting in that work in training camp, I don't think he's slacking not one bit. I think he does. So you saying you don't think he can match Kobe level of training in training camp, Sean Porter?
No.
Okay, that's respectful. I respect that.
Don't use Kobe. Kobe is like the epitome of hard work. That's like saying somebody outworked Floyd Mayweather in the gym. It's never gonna happen. Okay, now to say that they work just as hard, maybe.
Yes,
but not.
Jerry Rice. I'm saying all these people are the same. Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, Floyd Mayweather, Kobe Bryant. They all have the same work ethic. You're not going to outwork, like you said. You could only match them. You can't outdo them.
Right. I mean, that's yeah. I could go as far as to say that. Okay. Yes, but I will say this: there's a difference between a team sport and an individual sport. All right. You can work as hard as you want to work as an individual. Sometimes it's not how hard you work; it's how your skills are. Hard work don't make skills. Okay. It might put you repetitious. It might make you, like when I'm talking boxing and individual type sports, you can work out, you can do all this programming your body on muscle memory and all that. It still don't make you skillful. Skillful is a blessing. All right.
Yes.
You could be the hardest worker in the gym and go in the ring and get out skilled and outboxed by an individual that don't work as hard as you. Now,
exactly. But I'm just telling you that Sean Porter made it that far because of his hard work and dedication. He necessarily did not have the boxing IQ. That's my only point I'm trying to make to you. Okay. I'm just saying that he succeeded so well in his craft because he didn't have the size for the NFL. So he shrunk himself down a little bit. Like, let's do boxing.
Well, let me just say this because I don't want my brother Sean mad at me because Sean Porter was a supporter. He wore the Wyatt brand gear. I don't know if you know. Yeah, some people notice if you follow boxing, but when he fought Earl Spence on Showtime, that pay-per-view fight, all that gear, everything was Wyatt brand that he wore from his.
I'm gonna watch that just for you tonight, man. When I get off work, I'm gonna watch that one. Look at your craftsmanship.
Go ahead and then go back to YouTube, and you'll see Sean Porter, Dad, Kenny, and all of them saying, shout out to the Wyatt brand for, that's why we looking real good this week and we feeling good and blah blah blah. I spent a lot of time in that camp when he was getting ready for Earl Spence. And I got love for them brothers. So I'm never gonna say that Sean Porter, who was wearing the brand, is not capable of being. I mean, he had a nice run in the game, but I'm not
two-time champion. I think he got 2 divisions, 140, 147, I believe. I might be for wrong, but let me just leave you with this because, like you said, I gotta calm down. I'm looking at the comments. Respect to all y'all in the comment section. I respect your families. God bless y'all. But I'm gonna leave you with this. Kenny Porter, we love what he did he made America great again. And I'm gonna tell you what he did. He did because what he did with his son is phenomenal. And from him leaving, what's happening now, playing Raj, and now raising his son to be a middleweight champion, I'm proud of that guy. You know what I mean? He looked just like Raj from what's happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. The one with the glasses. Yeah. But I'm just telling you, man, keep up the good work, man. Thank you for talking this boxing with me. And like you said, I think you need to switch up and vote for Carmelo Anthony to come home. He's not safe in prison, sir. He made a mistake. He shouldn't have brought the knife. Give him a second chance, Wyatt. I think you should use your talents to get that brother out, man. For real.
I can't.
That's what I'm really calling for. But I'm gonna listen to you, man. Much love.
All right. I'm gonna say something right after you hang up. So make sure you tune
Yes, sir.
in, okay?
I'm listening right now.
All
Thank
right,
you.
brother. Thanks for engaging with us. That was CK. CK said something that was important. It's not about boxing anymore. I'm just going to bring up something about fatherhood. CK made a good point about how Sean Porter, his father, his name is Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter played a huge role in Sean Porter's success, not only as his trainer and his, manager or whatever, but as his father. Kept him focused, made him a superstar, made him a professional athlete. He was a football player and blah, 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 blah. He ended up getting in boxing, and they committed themselves to boxing, and he was very successful. He made a lot of money in boxing. He became a commentator for, I believe, PBC for a little while, and then he moved over to, I think he did some things with Top Rank for a little cup of coffee, and then he went on and did some things with DAZN as well. And Sean Porter's done really well for himself. It made me think about how important it was that he had a dad in his life that had his best interest at heart and kept him away from a lot of things like the streets and stuff, okay? If you notice, the reason why I say that is this, and then I'm going to go to the phone lines. If you notice, the NBA draft happened a few days ago. I was in Chicago when they were pulling the balls out for the NBA draft and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see about trying to go to the NBA draft and see what happens. But I've never been to an NBA draft, okay? But I was interested to go this year, but I didn't. My schedule wouldn't allow me. My point of this is this. Have you guys seen what they're talking about in the media right now? And it's not so much the media. Social media is not really the media, but a lot of people are starting to say that the NBA is changing. The NBA is different now. Because in the draft, the top 10 players that got drafted in the NBA draft the last few days ago all had fathers in the home. They said that it's tough. The Allen Iversons and the guys that are being drafted from the projects in the hood and all that shit, them days over with. It's the AAU boys, and it's the ones that have the father in the home, and they're more respectful, and they're more committed to the craft of the game. Their skill levels are higher in this and this and that because they got a 2-parent household. And I've been hearing all this. I said, I'm gonna do a show about that one day. So prepare yourself because I'm gonna do my research. And I want to have this conversation because if you look at the NBA draft for the last few years, it's been mama and daddy sitting at them tables. See what I'm saying? With them sons that's being drafted. It's been mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, because what y'all don't understand is I watched this evolution of college football. I watched it a long time ago happen where the project guys wasn't coming out. They wasn't getting project kids out the hood no more. They was getting kids that was on these super crafted out, select teams who was coming from the suburbs, who could go, who was, the GPAs was right. They had the home support. They do the interviews, and a lot of these kids were getting these scholarships, but they were sending them to JUCO colleges, 2-year colleges. They don't want the troubled kid, the hood kid, the undisciplined kid anymore. They don't care so much that the talent is there. The talent is not worth it anymore. The talent is not there. You're not worth the trouble anymore. I'm watching it. The NBA is just kicking it off. The NBA has started it where, it's just so blunt. It's just in your face. You got these brothers that's sitting there and they mama and they daddy sitting at that NBA table and they son selected number 1, number 2, number 3. And the dad is up there crying and mama there crying. And it ain't no, look, we made it, mama. We made it, mama. No. We made it, mama and daddy. Yeah. I've been noticing that lately. Let me go to the phone lines real fast. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, good afternoon. This is Michael Snackson.
Hey, Michael Snackson. How you doing today?
I'm outstanding.
I know you're a sports
How are
dude.
you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing well today. I know you're a sports dude. Did you just hear what I said about the draft?
Yeah, I didn't call to talk about that, but
Okay.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give you this remark.
Okay.
Basketball is becoming baseball. It's a club sport.
Right.
You need means to perform in it.
I buy that.
And, 2-parent homes that can give you that training and, that extra, because it's a skill sport, all that extra training on the side. You need that now.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's
100. To advance in basketball.
That's 100.
So therefore, those guys who have that 2-parent home, they, that extra income is helping do that. But we can't deny the fact that a lot of these guys are Africans or Black Brits.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that as well. But like I said, I didn't call to talk about that. So go ahead,
hey, let's save it for another day. Let's save that for another day. That's an interesting conversation. All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. What you got, man?
Didn't you used to have like a homie that was like a principal up in the Northeast Ohio and his school sucked and he was and in my opinion he sucked as an administrator.
Oh yeah, I still have a friend who's a principal in a Cleveland school.
Yeah, you remind me of him.
Really? How do I remind you of somebody you don't know?
Because as I don't need to know him because I know he's an educator, he's a teacher, therefore he teaches to the middle.
Okay.
To the middle of the class, the middle of education, if not the lower third. Okay. And 40-minute conversations with twin about nothing is teaching to the middle.
Wait a minute, hold on, bro.
I'm dead ass serious.
I'll let everybody
it's
talk.
Like, damn, clean that up, man. Like,
I'll let everybody
if
talk.
He got nothing to add to the show, like, move on. Like, all right. That's why he doesn't like that Tuesday podcast that you're talking about. Because they don't let him get off of that bullshit.
Well, I'll let everybody talk. Okay.
I understand. I let him talk, but then after a few minutes, okay, you ain't add nothing substantive to the conversation. I'm gonna move on.
Okay. Well,
there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Okay. Well, all right.
Hey, I like you, brother, but add something substantive to my show.
Well, you got to understand, it may not be substance to you, but it's substance to someone else.
It's substantive to you because you got Chicago's dick in your hands.
Huh?
You stroking Chicago as a city. And it's like, damn, Wyatt, get off Chicago's tip like that.
Well, what you don't understand.
I don't.
No, I'm about to tell you. I don't. Because
most of the people I have 40-minute conversations with are usually literate, articulate, and have something to say.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me explain to you about the reason why I talk on Chicago so much.
But before you say that, you don't understand the correlation between your friend and what you just done by having us be inundated with that nonsense.
No, I don't think
Twin.
I don't think
but
the Cleveland dude has anything to do with what you're talking about. You're just trying to affiliate it for some ungodly, dumbass way. I don't know why, but all being said,
I'm
let me
explain.
A correlation
between your friends and you. Your friends do what you.
Let me explain.
Y'all from the same soil. That's your man's in them.
Right.
He works at a failing school, and if this was a school, we'd be some dumbass kids right now after that phone call from dude.
Wait a minute. You say my partner, he worked at a failing school.
Yes.
Okay, so now let me ask you this, because you were in the educating thing. I don't think it's fair to call a school failing when parents are actually failing.
I'm not blaming parents. No, we're not doing that today.
Well,
we're not doing that today. We're not going to blame parents. We're blaming the educator. We're blaming the educator.
It's not an educator's responsibility to make sure a kid comes to school prepared.
It's also not an educator's responsibility to be a punk ass nigga asking his podcast friend, "Hey man, who I get these kids?" Blah blah. You went to school to be a leader of children, to be a steward of children,
bro, you
not
have no
Wyatt.
Chill.
Quit calling Wyatt, asking him for help.
You have absolutely zero chill when it comes down. You talk
to that
about,
nigga. No, I don't.
You're
right. I have no chill for that homie.
You talk about having compassion.
I'm paying his salary, and this the motherfucking thanks I get from him.
Slow down, bro. Calm down a little bit. You trying to tell me, for somebody that come out here talking about compassion for kids and old people don't like kids and kids this and we too hard on kids, you're going to say that a man who reaches out to his resources of being able to provide things for kids that they can't get at home, you call him the bad guy?
Yeah, because the old saying is those who can't do, teach. He can't inspire anybody any other way to do anything. He can't do anything else, so he goes and does the easy job, teaching. Just keep your criminal record clean, and you'll always have a job forever because inner city schools always need teachers.
I don't even know, bro. what you
Right,
said
you
is
didn't come
true.
here for that. I didn't mean to like come off and ambush you. I didn't really come to talk about all that.
No. What I'm
It just,
saying,
like I said, it was just a feeling.
no, what
I
I'm
was like, that
saying to
reminds
you,
me of the classroom, how how I was taught. Like, don't talk to the kid who understands. Don't teach. Don't try to make the kids reach the kid who understands that every historical conflict involves economics. Just talk to the kids who don't understand what 1776 means. And that's how I felt listening to you and Twin. I was being taught,
you
you know,
do
the
know.
importance of 1776 as opposed to the importance of economics and war.
Okay,
But
well,
I digress.
did you
'Cause
listen to the
you
whole
gave me
conversation?
a natural segue.
Did you listen
Because
to the
I
whole?
wanted to
Did
talk
you
about.
listen
Go
to
ahead,
the
I'm
whole?
sorry,
Did
man.
you listen to the whole conversation?
Unfortunately, I listened to probably I probably listened to 38 minutes more than I should have.
Okay, then it's your fault.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
But
then.
that's arrogant to say. You've been around long enough, to know, like, I gotta respect my audience a little better than this.
No, I ain't got to. No, I don't.
You don't have to.
You're right.
But you've been around long enough to realize, like, I probably should.
I've been around
because
here
I have
long enough to know.
audience
Wait a minute, hold
members.
on. When have you ever said anything different than what you're saying right now? So it ain't gonna change. So why are you sitting here
What are you
complaining
talking
about?
about? I've never said anything.
Bro,
I've
you
never
done
been
said
so
this
pissed.
shit plenty of
I've never
times.
been so pissed about a phone call
So
from the guy,
what? So what?
except the time he called Jerica 7 bitches,
Right.
and like you did nothing, and banned Jerica for it. But like I said, brother, let's move on.
You sound crazy as hell.
Okay,
Anyway,
come on.
you
See, I
saying
know
the
how to
same.
move a phone call on and move on, so I can get off and not sit there for 40 minutes talking about bullshit.
You might not know this, bro, but you talking some bullshit right now.
The importance of the economics in war, not just the date. Remember, there's a difference between him
Hey,
and
man,
I.
what you calling here for, bro?
You put him on the phone in front of me,
okay,
and he went home with his ass bleeding.
Who? What? Bro.
When? You remember that day 2 years ago, you put him on the phone with me? That boy walked out of here, his ass was bleeding, shit all down his leg. I tore him up. Don't you send that boy in front of me. I'm a grown-ass man out here.
Man, I don't know what you and Twin got going on.
Oh, you don't remember that? I know you. Nah. We did it on your show.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I whooped on your son and you don't remember.
You know what, bro? I'm on that edge, bro. I'm about to do it.
You're not. Stop. I ain't done nothing wrong to you. Just calling out some things. Just calling out some things as a listener.
I was having
of
a great day.
That's all, B.
I was having a great day. Your dumb ass call up in here with some bullshit, and you tap dancing on my last nerve. I'm about to let you have
yeah. Well, that's funny because you backed out of the sparring match because I was gonna tap dance on your beard. But listen. Listen. You brought up the perfect segue. Us old dinosaurs, those kids doing that little jingle and videos and TikToks about that little song that's going out. All my boosting, it's just where they at. That song? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And a lot of old people going off on it, blah, blah, blah.
I see the boule. I see the boule. I see your normal celebrities and shit up on the screen dancing and do that shit. I see them doing that stuff too.
Exactly. And I'm like, leave these kids alone. It's their time to be foolish and to make mistakes and learn. When most of you women, when you were 14 years old, you wanted to go to the 8th grade dance and you did, and your skirt was, barely above the knee, and some older woman in your family called you fast. For no reason at all. Quit, let these kids have their time. That's all.
I don't understand that.
I gotta admit, it's a nice little jingle. Doesn't have the right necessarily proper message, but at the same time, us as the parents of these kids of this generation, hell, we saluted a guy calling a sitting congresswoman a motherfucker. We saluted a guy and celebrated him fighting the Florida Supreme Court to say the most raunchy, inartistic things on records ever. And we just backed him just because he was black. Not realizing that probably shouldn't be said on records because it's not very artfully done to say, pop that, what.
Fame, you blow me away sometime, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. You go from saying some of the dumbest shit in the world to saying some shit that's like a Nas bar. I don't
Well,
get yo.
Oh, humans that can't be complex?
No,
It was
not
only
at all.
dumb because I was talking about your son.
No,
Your radio
not at all.
son.
And I'm talking
Twin.
about
That's
the
why you
things
didn't
that
like it.
no, I'm talking about the
But
things
it's
that you
okay.
say to describe the points that you're trying to make. Like the booty being wet shit, bro. I don't fuck around. Like, I don't talk like that. Like, that's the craziest shit in the world to me. You go from saying stuff like that, which
I was inspired by the great Vernon Jordan, who's actually one of my favorite posters. You know, he posts. I've never heard his voice. I heard he was, you know, at the radio thing a couple weeks ago. I didn't meet him, but you know, he's one of my favorite posters, and he left a very nasty, pause-worthy post earlier, and I was inspired by it.
once again,
So that's why I talked about Twins' butt bleeding.
Okay, all right. What else you got, man?
That's all, man. It's always a pleasure.
Not
you know,
always.
I'm sorry I had to come in brevity, but you know, 40 minutes of the show was stolen about nothing.
So what?
Hey, it's been real.
It ain't been
I
real.
had fun.
Guess
There's a
what,
wolf on
Fame?
your
One
ass.
last thing. One last
He
thing.
might bite
One
you.
last thing,
Oh.
Fame. We did it same time. I had to get him that time. I love when people agree with him. Oh, he telling the truth. I love it. And then this is what they did last time when Fame say some crazy wild shit. And then he start talking, and then he keep going into it and going, yeah, he letting Wyatt have it. He letting Wyatt have it. Get him, Fame, get him, Fame. And then Fame turn around and be like, and them fat black bitches, stinking ass black women. Not my words, his. Not my words, his. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Fame say some crazy shit. Y'all love him when you think he is going at me. He's been saying this about Twin calling here since I can remember. Since I can remember, he ain't said nothing new. And every time he call in and say, you let Twin say the craziest shit, so what? There's some people that think the shit you talking about crazy. So what? I'm not here. I don't agree with what Twin is talking about on everything. The majority of the stuff we don't even agree on. So why can't I let him say what he say? Sometimes he's making my point without me saying anything. I don't get it. See, here's the thing. Y'all used to certain platforms who, when people disagree, they've already set the stage. They've already set the stage. This person that's calling, you might as well just remember on the 5 Heartbeats? Remember 5 Heartbeats when Eddie Kane and them came out there before they were the 5 Heartbeats, and the guy who introduced the 5 Heartbeats, we got 5 gentlemen from such and such. They say they can sing. They think they can sing. They think they better than the Temptations. They think they better than Earth, Wind, and Fire. They think they better than every good group out here. We shall, yep, we shall see. You didn't set the stage for somebody to sound crazy and fail. I see that all the time. Cats be setting the stages, and then you love it when they're in attack mode, except when they attack you. I don't know. We got the 4, the 3, the 4, the 5 heartbeats. Let me go to the phone line. I really gotta go, but I'm gonna go to the phone lines and we're gonna get a few more. We're gonna get a little bit more in. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
So does that make me Eddie Kane?
Eddie Kane. The whole world of ass trader Eddie Kane. What up, Ron?
What's up, man?
What's happening with you, brother?
Hey, listen. First thing, you
said we wasn't beefing or nothing like that, you know, last week. Man, we ain't beefing. We ain't gonna never be. Well, I correct myself. We a beef, but it ain't gonna be no beef between us that, oh man, I ain't fucking with him no more. I say that. But I'm a fuck with you. I say with you. I say that day. And just like I did Emmanuel, I'll get mad, everything like that. But I'm gonna fuck with y'all.
Yeah, but
Just like I fuck with Lincoln.
Ron,
Hold on.
Ron.
Let me get my Bluetooth off my ear.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Let me just say this while you getting your Bluetooth off your head. It's not that I think we ever have beef. I had to learn a little bit about you. You can hang up at the end of a call, and I think that I gotta watch my back. That's why I think it be you in calls like, oh shit, I just picked up an enemy. I think we beefing. But then I had to learn that it's just how you do things, and you recover. You pick yourself up off the ground after the call, and you dust yourself off and come back to normal. And you'll stay gone or missing for a little while and call back 6 months later and be like, nothing ever happened. But it's all good, bro.
A month later, a day later, because I man, listen to me. I ain't gonna carry no grudge because I ain't got to carry no grudge. God, and then this ain't for you. This for everybody else that's listening that don't say that they listening and don't comment.
Okay.
I don't carry no grudge because God gonna work that out for me. God has no respect of person, and what that means is, you reap what you sow. And you sow a man soweth, he also reapeth. That's God's problem. I can recover. Now I can get mad at you, and I can cuss at you. And I done did that several times. I done cussed. I don't even look at the comments or nothing no more because I don't want them to turn me into something that I'm not. And they was doing that. And no, I was doing that. And by reacting to what they said, I was becoming a different person, and it's that energy is too heavy for me. I don't even want that energy. But I'm gonna digress a little bit and tell you that you and Fame are hilarious. Y'all,
that nigga funny.
Man, y'all are hilarious. But Fame was almost my brother-in-law.
I wouldn't tell nobody that, bro.
Oh, no. Man, he posted a picture of him and his sister and his partner. He said, his sister cold. His sister cold. But
meaning you was gonna marry his sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
She married, and
I don't think
she
he gonna like that.
And Fame, listen, I was cracking. You didn't know how much you tickled me when you posted that she was married. Boy, that was hilarious.
When what?
But yeah, it was a post that he answered for me. But man, like you just said, like I recover and all that other stuff, and we gonna kick it again because I ain't really mad at you. I ain't mad and I'm saying this with everybody. I just don't carry that. It ain't my weight.
Okay, Ron,
it ain't my weight.
We passed that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're past that. Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't think you mad at me. I'm not mad at you.
But I'm saying that to say this. Now, I called Lincoln earlier today, and I was talking about all the distractions that everybody is feeding us as a people, and us, period, as a United States. They feeding us all this bullshit, and economically, we sitting on a bubble. Now,
you're talking about as a whole, not just our community.
As a whole.
Okay.
As a whole. And what's a trip is that y'all, man,
people that y'all address the things. Oh, you gotta address the things that are directly in front of you, but you address the things that are directly in front of you like that's just it. You got to think what's down the line. Now, you know, you said that you was going to have a show on New York and Mondani. That now you know about you said the rent freeze, but you know about the wealth tax that he put on, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to put on.
It's not in
45.
effect,
What
but
is it? 45 or 48%?
well, it's gonna add 5% more to where it already is.
Man, and so and the government they have and you just get the little piece. And he is a democratic socialist, and I don't think Democrats know what a democratic socialist is. And now young folk might appreciate that shit because young folk don't want to do nothing.
They don't
And
own
they
anything.
ain't gonna do nothing.
They don't own anything.
Young folk, they don't want to do nothing but TikTok and all that other little stuff, you know. And I was young, just like Fame said. I was young and all that stuff, but the difference is we got a whole totally different system than what we got now. Because what is it? 18 to 21, you can only you can have an OnlyFans page. You can do all type of stuff that don't have nothing to do with education. And we don't, it's not, they're not going to require education, you know, to the extent that we did before, prior to, you know, to now, because of AI and because of robots and all that other stuff. Now, they're talking about Elon Musk being a trillionaire, but they're not talking about the dark energy that he's working on right now, which means, and I was wondering how they was gonna power all of these damn data centers. You know, they're gonna already suck up all the water, but how the fuck they gonna power all of it? Now,
who's figuring that out? Who's figuring all that out? Who's figuring all that out? The power of the data centers and all that. Who's figuring all that out?
No, Elon Musk
Okay.
is developing dark energy. What dark energy is, basically, he'll be able to power everything without oil. We don't need oil. Now, what's the trip is, you got to remember, we get some shit, then the government had that for 15 years, at least. Can you imagine how people gonna feel now? That disclosure shit is happening at a peak time. They gonna continue this disclosure stuff, and then they're gonna break out that free energy, and we're gonna find out that they've had free energy for all this time. And how do you think the reactions of consumers, the people of the United States, are going to react if we find out they had free energy all this damn time?
Well, it's not going to happen overnight. It would be a graceful move. You would work into, you know, phases of it, so it won't look like it's always been there.
Yeah. But now the thing about it is, it's not hidden. You can find out. You can find out everything, just like they found out that Peter Thiel got hacked, and they found the disclosure conversation that he was having with all the politicians, Democrat and Republicans, and all the politicians and business owners and all that other stuff. They got their own little club. Now, see, they you know, you ain't gonna hear about that. These people, and I, you know, I ain't say these people because I don't know. Hey, we better take care of ourselves. And, you know, like I said, we better take care of ourselves. And we better take care of each other, man. We better take care of each other. You know, Twin was right. You know, Shahrazad Ali, you know, and a few other people been telling people to grow their own food for a long time, and now it's all over the internet. That thick ass food, the bread don't mold. That shit. Hey man, we got to take care of ourselves and each other. I see that. I think I seen that. I think I heard that corny shit before, but it just ain't so corny now. We gotta take care of ourselves and each other. I joined the African American Chamber of Commerce. I would have threw that $30 in the crypto, but Iris said, and she said that long time ago. Iris said we gotta make a plan. I know that most of these people that are in the NAACP are Democrats. I know that they'll push against me. I don't care if they like me. But we got to make a plan.
Let me just say this to you.
Look, we got to make a plan.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, Ron. And this isn't to discourage you for whatever plan you're trying to put together, but I can give you a little small piece of advice. Make sure when you decide to put this plan together that you try to put a plan with like thinking people. So if you're hold up, if you think that you're going to put a plan together with people that don't think like you, in other words, that's like saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a world champion in boxing, but yet you're going to train like an NFL football player.
I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying.
You can't do that.
But
in order for a plan to be successful, everyone has to be on the same accord. All right. If not, you're going to do more. It's going to be more combative.
Absolutely.
It's going to be more fighting than productivity in that group. So I would always recommend people who talk about things like, hey, we got to work togetger. Well, you got to work with people that have the same goals and aspirations of you. If you have people
you know what? We do have the same goals. Because everybody, you know, want to live their life and be happy and be safe.
No, I don't think
everybody want that.
No.
You know, and I'm sorry.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that everybody wake up feeling the same way about life. Meaning,
no. I didn't say that. No. I didn't say that. Hell no. They can't.
Well,
shit.
What did
Some
you
people
just
wake
say?
up in cars.
You just said that we all have.
They're not gonna feel the same way about life.
I don't mean
everybody wants a bed. And you know, but except for the crazy folk.
No, I don't agree with that, Ron. Ron, I don't want to bump heads, but I think I understand exactly what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. I think there are people that wake up that love confrontation and they love conflict, they love chaos.
Oh.
And I don't, and then there's other people that just totally avoid that type of stuff. And if
okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I think abnormality is kind of normal for some people, and if you take them out of that abnormal behavior, they're a fish out of water, and they can't really behave with people that, you know, that have structure. And then the other way around, people that have a lot of structure can't work with people who have no structure at all. It's almost like you go off to college and your roommate is a messy Bessie, just messy, but you've been a tightwad. You cannot roommate with a kid that don't clean up after themselves, and you've been cleaning up after yourself since you were a child. You know, I just think that's how the world turns. I mean, you're going to have people that wake up every day that don't like your joy because they're not joyful, for whatever reason it may be. So I don't think that we all wake up looking for the same thing in life.
Now that leads me, and I can take that from here, because now I also said it earlier today that I use Scotty. Okay, and this is wait, just hold on. This is to address that situation with the kid with the messy room. I'm gonna tell you how you fix that.
Okay.
So now I knew 100% Brett don't like me. Brent, but whoever the fuck it is, I knew, and I know he be listening to your show. So when I took that 2 weeks off and to recover, when I told you about what happened, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead. Give me this minute.
Ron, and let the dog take over the conversation.
Us.
We're here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Sorry. Now, us. Now, what I did, I knew that a motherfucker would be listening, and 9 times out of 10, he would go and take and say, "Oh, guess what happened to Ron Abdullah?" Which he did. He did. And I also knew, and by the way, I did that because the officer wouldn't call me back and all that other little shit. Okay. And so now he take and go do all that. Now, I knew nigga was going to talk about it because they always wanted to talk about me. Okay? So now, when I went to city council, I knew that Scotty couldn't do nothing for me because by all accounts, the mayor wouldn't let him do anything for me. The mayor wouldn't let him do anything for me because of the whole suing the city and the county thing that we've been going through. Okay? Now, like I said, I didn't go to disturb liquor wear and all that other little shit. I didn't even know that they were doing that. And I was going to go before they even announced that shit that morning. But I went and went off on him and all that stuff. And that's, at the time I was real emotional because of the medicine I take. And it just, I don't want to go there, but, it just had me like that. So, again, I knew that he was going to go, Lincoln was going to go on on his show and talk about me. Yeah. Okay.
Ron, I got a question.
So
Ron, I got a question.
No, wait. Now, wait. I'm just about finished. Now, all of that, it came about, and we had Lil Queenie, and this is that's the thing that hurt me worse. The Shonda thing, the young woman that was shot in the back that had the 5 kids. That's why I keep that on my profile, so I don't ever forget that those people are more important than my ass. Because, well, like I said, I did all that because, and Scotty confirmed it for me when he went on the radio last week and said everybody that looked like us ain't got our best interest at hand. And I'm not talking about Scotty. I'm not talking about Scotty. I'm not, because I'm not talking about Scotty, because I don't think that Scotty mean us no harm. Man, I just used him to make a point. And this is the point that I was making about the kid that got the messy room. See, you go ahead and take and jump it way, way up. And that motherfucker say, hey man, we gotta clean this room. Yeah, see, you it's more than one way to skin a cat, and it's more than two ways to skin a snake. Shit. You have to pay attention to what is going on in the city, and I'll just let you take it from here.
You gonna let me take it from here?
Yeah.
Where the fuck I'm supposed to start?
Yeah, I don't care where you start, but like I said, you gotta make sure you gotta make sure you can judge a tree. You can judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. You better make sure that you don't be distracted, Cincinnati. And I'm saying this because this is home. Everybody on this platform is pretty much basically from Cincinnati. So I'm talking to home right now, and the people that watching.
All right, first of
You know what
all,
I'm saying?
let me just go back to I ain't talking about Scotty. Yeah, you talking about Scotty. All right, you talking about Scotty, the city council member, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you talking about Scotty. Whether he said something bad or good or whatever, indifferent. That's his job. He's a public person. You can criticize him all you like or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't be apologetic for some shit that you feel like somebody didn't
I
do.
didn't apologize.
Wait a minute,
I didn't apologize
Hold on, but
because that's his job.
All right. See, you just told me to
I
take it
know.
from here. You just
I
told
took
me to take
advantage
it
of
from
it
here.
because I know
you just told me to take
what he
it from
couldn't do.
here. You told me to take it from here, and I'm trying to take it from here.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just, and I promise you, I'll let you finish. I'll let you say whatever you got to say.
No, I'm finished. I'm finished.
You
I ain't
sure?
gonna mess around with fame.
All I'm saying to you is this, bro. Scotty's a big boy. He's a big man. He's a man. Okay. He's a public figure. He gets paid by tax dollars to be able to get criticized or whatever the hell is going on. And how could you not criticize the person that's ahead of public safety if you had a public safety issue and it wasn't dealt right? Don't sugarcoat the shit, Ron. It is what it is.
I didn't sugarcoat it because everybody can know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I mean, it sounds to me like I ain't talking about Sky. Yeah, you are.
I'm not talking about Scotty because I'm not talking about
we're not talking about him behind his back and then
I'm talking about a particular person.
We're not talking about anything personal. Right, and it's not personal.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's not personal. I think you're talking about a duty that you felt was
There you
dropped.
go. It's not personal.
Right, it's
not personal.
Okay, so then don't be so apologetic about the people that you feel that should be blamed or should be held accountable for what happened to you. Okay, that all being said, let me
everybody in everybody in that city council meeting knew. That means that everybody. So when the mayor knew, and I'll address the mayor on that. And I addressed him directly on that.
Ron.
And he ain't say nothing. And he know who I am. He said he. Oh, look. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I just got to tell you, I think this might be one of the reasons why you kind of fell out with me a little bit. Not fell out that one kind of way.
Oh, no, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bro. Hear me out. I don't mean you fell out with me like you just don't rock with me or we don't rock with each other anymore. I just think that sometimes, bro, you gotta let it go. Oh, because here's the problem. Here's the problem. Name me one. Hold on, bro.
Wait. What you saying? Let go.
You gotta
let what go.
You kind of have to let that situation that you went through with them with this. Here's the problem. You're fighting a fight by yourself, and you after so long, you got to see if no one's attaching themselves with me to my fight, then there must.
Wait a minute. What you just say? Wait a minute. Now, okay, now go ahead and finish. I'm gonna say something on that. Go ahead and finish.
All I'm saying to you, bro, is we've been spending a lot of time here just on this phone call, about something that Scotty didn't do. I ain't talking about Scotty.
It's not about Scotty.
Ron,
Lord have mercy. It's not about Scotty. It's not about him. And I don't understand how I can't. You focusing on him, but you gotta focus on the big picture. What I say when I say it's Scotty.
Who brought his name up? Who brought his name up? Who brought his name up in this conversation?
Yes, but I say it. But what did I say? I said I took advantage of Scotty because I knew he couldn't do what I was asking him to do.
Okay, you did say that. You did say that. But what I'm saying to you is, okay, let's just say that the fight is against the mayor. How many allies do you have in this situation right now?
Listen,
we've been talking about it for 2 years.
It's about awareness. Now you say that your platform is about awareness, and you spit all this other little stuff.
I let you talk for just as long as anybody else about the situation.
And it is you spit good stuff. But see, I got my piece that I can spit good stuff on too. And listen, I got Matthew 47:26 tattooed on me a long time ago when I was dealing with my back. And what that says, it's about the 9th hour. Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? I did that because I understood the humanity in which, I thought I understood the humanity in which he was speaking. And God said, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I get my fight by myself. See, I can do that. I don't have to attach nobody to my fight. I fight for me. Oh, I fight.
All right, Ron.
Oh,
all right, Ron, you're right. Your fight is your fight.
I fight because God tell me to fight.
Right.
Okay. Ain't got no attached to my fight. So which
no. There it is.
Hey man, I don't want to.
You about to start speaking in tongue here.
I don't want to. I go and look. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't have to attach nobody to my fight. What my point is? What my point was, and I'm gonna go get out the phone at this. I'm gonna get off this phone at this point. But what my point was don't get distracted, because I don't know what deal they made with Mika Owens to get her to run against Stephanie Dumas to primary her, but it had to be something. And if they didn't ask Mika to do something right now, they're going to ask her to do something in the future. It's not I don't have a problem with Mika Owens as a person, but like I said, they didn't primary Stephanie Dumas for nothing. They want something. They need something. And they want to have her in a position to do it. Bye.
I should have said something a long time ago for him to just hang up on me. I would have cut through a whole lot of that shit. Now, normally CK burned the clutch, but Ron, you burned the clutch today. You talk about a lot I won't even say a short period of time, but in a whole lot of breath. But, not many periods, not many commas, just kind of constant flow. Yeah. I think people know what I'm talking about when I say let it go. Now, that end was okay. I was okay with him finding something in politics and saying, hey, somebody's pushing this particular politician and they're going to want something in return. Well, that's what politics is. What I see, I don't follow Cincinnati politics that often. I'm talking about the real politics. I'm talking about the dark politics of the city. But what I'm seeing in Cincinnati right now that's going on is I see a party that's kind of separated by kind of like what I told you was going to happen. And I know I'm stretching my arm out doing this, but I told y'all a long time ago, with all the same people, same party, and you got everybody that you want, it's going to be more about the business than it's going to be about the people. They have to put the business ahead of the people. Democrats don't like to hear that, because what Democrats do stand on is they're more people oriented, whether it's right or wrong. They don't care how you get to fixing the people. They don't understand economics. And I shouldn't say they don't understand economics. Maybe that's worded wrong. You don't make economics a priority. Economics. You make economics about other people supporting your economics. And when you do that, y'all take out of the equation of where the money comes from. Even if you surpass the state and say we're going to get it from the federal government, it's the same money. State money and federal money come from the same source, whether you like it or know it or not. It's all tax dollars. Okay, so you're either going to get it from the state, you're going to get it from your national government, your government. And what a lot of people don't understand is it has to be paid for. It has to be paid for some kind of way. Now, what I see in Cincinnati is you have a divided party. Y'all don't want to really tell the truth about it, but now it's all about, and what's so flabbergasting, what's so funny about this is y'all always want to protect black women until one of those black women is not doing what y'all wanted to do. And then y'all have no problem making up nicknames on her, calling her names, making her feel outcast, or saying she's the op and all this old other shit. Y'all ain't got no problem dogging a black woman if her politics are different than yours, or if you see her going in a different direction. Don't have no business, don't have no problem downing her or any of that, calling her whatever. Don't have no problem with that. Now, what this particular black woman is doing, I don't know, but it kind of seems like a group of people are all working together and calling themselves the same party, but they kind of against the traditional Democrat over there. This is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like one particular person or one particular group is putting business first, and the other is the traditional Democrat. What are we getting? What are the people getting? You got one group that's trying to show y'all, hey, we have to invest in our city. They don't really want to tell you the truth, but they're really on the side of capitalism. Because in order for this thing called the United States of America to work, you have to buy in. You have to run your business like in a capitalistic world. You have to run it that way. You cannot run your world in a socialist inner tube. It's not going to work. The money has to come from somewhere. And if you're going to punish, or if you're going to bleed out the money makers, how do you get the money to run your socialist programs? How do you run all these drop-in centers? How do you run all these programs that you create if you have no one to pay for it? I'm just curious. It's just like Obama. What's his name? I don't know his name. Madami in New York. Do y'all really think a rent freeze is going to work? What y'all don't even see, I'm going to put you y'all really in like the first or the second frame of this bowling game, and I'm in frame 7. I'm already looking at the fact that eventually New York will own those properties. Those properties will be taken by New York from the property owners, because they're putting the property owners in a position where, hey, not only can I make good on my property, I am not even going to be able to build my property, pay taxes on my property. How is my property supposed to support? How am I supposed to support my family, myself, and this property, keep it clean, keep it upgraded, pay the mortgage on it? How am I supposed to do that if I can't put a rent freeze? I mean, if you put a rent freeze on me, my bill My bills aren't being frozen. My taxes go up on the building. Okay. The water bill goes up, trash collection goes up, but yet I can't collect more money to support the building. So when it goes in tax, how do you pay these bills that you can't get back from your tenant? You get out of the business. Now, I'm gonna throw a little small curveball. Some people asked me a long time ago, Wyatt, why don't you say you're in real estate, but why do you only do commercial? Here's the reason. Because I believe in letting people take care of the property. Like I don't want to rent to somebody and then they mad at me because the rent went up $50 more a month next year. But they have no concept of all the shit that I have to pay for now to keep that building in good shape. Code, have to keep it up to code. You know, I have fire inspections. I just paid $9,000 for one of my buildings. The fire inspection to upgrade the sprinkler system, it was $9,000. You think a tenant who live in the building who need the fire, the sprinkler system to work properly, if I don't pay the $9,000, if this was a residential building, if it was a residential building and I don't pay the $9,000, number one, if I don't keep it up to code, then I'm in violation. Number two, if something happens and that sprinkler system doesn't work and my tenants are in there, now I'm liable for the deaths of those people or the loss of whatever they had going on because I wasn't up to code. I don't want to go through that type of stuff. I don't want, and then I definitely don't want a local government like Mandani, whatever his name is, coming in telling me who owned the property how much money I can charge for my rent. And he has no concept of what it even cost me to operate. You have no idea what it cost me to operate this building, but you're going to put my rent on freeze. You're going to freeze the rent. You're going to freeze the way I get my money, but you still want your taxes on your building. You're going to freeze how I get my money, but you still want me to keep everything up to code. And then if I don't do that, then you're in a position to take my building. This is what socialism does. Y'all don't get it yet because I'm in frame 7. But people who don't have a concept of business, they just don't see things like this coming. And then what happens is you turn around and things start falling out in your communities. Businesses start to leave. It's just a lot of stuff it's a magnet for a lot of bad stuff to happen to the community. And you don't see it that way. You just see a bunch of people that think that they about to live better. And maybe that is better for some people. Maybe that is the way for some people. But you got to understand, America is built on one of the best concepts in the world, and that is capitalism. You see what I'm saying? Instead of being so much against capitalism, let's learn it. You might be a fan. You might want the things that we strive for in life could come a lot easier if you know how to get it. And I know here they come. Oh, here you go with that elitism talk. No. 9 out of the 10 people that I talk to, and I'm talking about money and concept of money, have no idea what I'm talking about. If you take some of the basic principles of business or economics to people, most of them don't know what you're talking about. But you know what they are? They are mad at those that get money. I ain't talking about street money. I ain't talking about the guys that's getting slick shit. I'm talking about people that know how to make money in their sleep. I heard somebody say something today. Said most people can't invest in the stock market. Yes, they can. They invest in cigarettes. The problem is the reward is an instant nicotine hit. You could use what a pack. I don't even know. What does a pack of cigarettes cost these days? What does a carton cost these days? I bet you can buy a fraction of a stock off of that money. Some people just consume and then some want to make money. So if you're a consumer, don't get mad when other people are making money. Learn how to make money and you'll have a different, I think that you would think of it a little bit different. I tell you what, get up every day. This is how the tax system should go so people would understand a little bit better. This would make it fair. Tell me if y'all understand, if you agree with this concept. Imagine getting your check, okay? Say you work 40 hours this week. And you get your check, no direct deposits, no none of that. You go right to the office, you get your check. That's the way we get them these days. In 2026, this is how we get it. You go to the office, you get your payroll check. They give you your check and you go take it right to the bank. And when you deposit your money, let's just say for round number sake, it's $1,000. You put that $1,000 in the bank and now you grab your checkbook. I know I'm old, but I'm going to use a checkbook. You got $1,000 sitting there, tax-free. The government didn't take your money. It's up to you to take care of this list of items that your tax dollars are going to pay for. And when you get your check of $1,000, you put it in your bank account. So now you got, with that deposit, you got $1,111. So you had $111 in the bank. So now you got $1,111 left. Now you got to start writing individual checks for everything that your money would have went to before you even received. I mean, before like if you would have got your check minus taxes, it would have been like $700. Let's just say that, right? 30% of your money generally go towards taxes, 30 to 35%. But it would be a different feel if you had to write $112 here, $42 to this, $17 for that, $44 for this, $16 for that. You got to write 12 checks out that equal $350, and you got to send those checks off to people. You would have a different feel for where your tax dollars are going and what they being used for. You would say, I got to send $112 to Cincinnati Public Schools for what? Why? No? But see, it's the concept of like casinos. It's the reason why casinos, anybody know why they don't use cash? You notice how when you put your money on the casino thing, they swipe that shit up real fast and they throw them little parcel chips at you. And you have them in your hand. Don't even feel like money. A $5 casino chip is not the same as a $5 bill. It's not the same. If you had a fistful of money at a crap game in the casino, you'd be counting your money and you would bet wisely. But when you're throwing chips out there, it's a loose bet. You don't even think of it. It's not cash. It is, but it's not. It's a trained behavior. The casinos have a trained behavior type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing in our tax situation. They take the taxes out. Who else get the money before you do? They get your money before you get your money. So you have no concept. You don't even feel the pain or the needle of the tax man. You don't feel it like that. It's not the same. It don't feel the same. And what I'm going to say, I'm going to go back. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. What I see in Cincinnati is you have a divide. You have, and I'm talking about in the politic game. You have a group of people who understand that you have to invest in the city for the city to be vibrant. Then you have another group of people who play for the cameras, play for the networks, the radios and the podcast. They play for them and it's all about the people. We need to do this for the people. We need to do, yeah, sure we do. But how are we going to pay for that stuff for the people? How are we going to pay for that? We only got XYZ amount of money in the budget. See what I'm saying? And I think what you're running into is you just see it in broad daylight. You have a group of people who are what y'all call the dark side or whatever you want to call them. And they putting these people in place to do this. I think Ron brought it up. They're bringing Mika in and she owes somebody. Every last one of them owes somebody, whether it's what you like or not. Every last one of them owes somebody. Even the people that you scared to say their name, they owe somebody. Everybody got voted in. Everyone got voted in. So you owe your constituents. You owe them something. If you got voted in to make sure that the homeless had a place to go, damn it, you better be talking about the homeless every time the camera's on. You better be talking about whatever you ran on to the people. But back in closed doors, everybody know that you cannot put the people first in the city. It's just impossible. The people are liabilities. The businesses and all that, those are assets. You have to take care of the assets, especially if you're thinking on a social kind of way, a socialist kind of way. Bro, you have to take care of the assets because the assets take care of the liabilities. There's no other way of seeing that. There's no other way. And nobody wants to even, I don't even want to talk about the City West program. See how they drop them little bitty things on you and they know that the people that they talking to, and I don't mean to be nasty or disrespectful, but they talk to some low vibrant people. Shit know that they can't do nothing about it. So it's in one ear and out the other, and they mad for a day or two and it's move on and we gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna do what we want to do. See y'all. Do something about it. They know who they talking to, bro. And they know what they got. I'm sorry. I really got off on one of them tangents a little bit. Ron Dula says, but Stephanie Dumas did what the business community wanted her to do. They wanted something that they couldn't ask Stephanie to do. Okay. I mean, I'm so distanced from that. I wouldn't know, Ron. I really wouldn't know. I don't know how they moving and what they doing over there. I really don't. It's not really my concern. Yeah, it's not my concern. I got off of what I was going to talk about today. There's no point in me talking about all the shootings in the city of Cincinnati. That's not going to go anywhere. Like that conversation, like, what am I going to say? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to prove to you that there's gangs and drug dealing and all this type of stuff in the city of Cincinnati, even though your leaders say that they're not. I mean, gangs. I mean, I'm not going to keep throwing stuff up against the wall and seeing what's going to stick with the people that, they don't care. As long as they protect the people that mean the most to them, that's more important to people, is to make sure that they protect certain people, and that's cool. It's all good. I mean, you're just not going to get me on here talking about the same thing over and over again with the same situation, because the truth of the matter is, the problem can be fixed. It can be fixed. It's just that it's a hard pill to swallow if you even attempt to fix the problem. It's about accountability. And a lot of people don't really want to put accountability into the argument. It's always someone else's fault. It's always the reason why this and this and that is because of how somebody else aligned themselves or what's going on in this and this and that. It's always that way. Ron Doodle, this is the last one. He says, that's why I want to be at the why. Damn, that one almost had me reading that. I heard your voice in my head. A light. That's why I want to be a light for that. Why I want to be a light for that. Ron, you repeated that like 5 times. Okay. All right. I was going to talk about the cruise ship and the fight on the cruise ship. Tanika said, don't read that. What up, sis? I knew you were here, but I didn't know you were still here. She said, don't read that, Wyatt. Too late. I look crazy reading it or attempting to read it. I couldn't even grasp it. I couldn't even put it in. I couldn't even read it. Now, it's bad. It's bad when you can't even read it. That's horrible. Donna says, so glad to be home. Now it's African monkey hot outside. African monkey hot. Never heard that one. That's a new one, Donna. Never heard African monkey hot. All right. Yeah, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play this video. All right. Let me do my screen share if you guys don't mind. Play this video of what happened down at the cruise liner. Ron said YouTube did that. I didn't. Let it always Let it always be YouTube, Ron. Ron, we know you lying because you say shit 5 times, just like that. You just this time it caught you. You wrote it 5 times. You was saying it and wrote it at the same time. I'm just being honest, bro. It sounds just when I was reading it, I had your voice in my head, like, yep. Let me see. All right, so I was gonna shy away from this one, but I don't wanna. Yeah, right. Tanika says, no, that was you, Ron. Yeah, we know it was. Ron tried to put that shit on YouTube. Come on, bro. We know better than that. All right. You know I'm gonna play this video, and you know what they're gonna say about me. World famous comeback, the world famous rebuttal when I show you how we act sometime and why people don't want us around and the shit that we do. And I'm telling y'all, Carnival Cruise Line. Ed said, what is Carnival? Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line is the Spirit airline on water. That's what they are. Be cool, fame. Let me show you this video. Let me do the screen share real fast and see if I can show you this video. Uh-oh. Let me see something. Oh, there it is. Check this out. You know what they're going to say, right? What do white people do wrong? Why? You always talking about black. What do white people do wrong? Care nothing about that. All right, let me see if I can make this thing bigger. This is just horrible. Let me see something. Bear with me 1 second, guys.
Hey, move.
I will never in my life. I can't remember the last time I took a Carnival cruise. I can't remember the last time I was on a cruise last year. I can't remember the last time I took a Carnival cruise. Never ask why children act the way they act when they mamas and they daddies and they uncles and them act like this. Check it out.
Don't worry. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out. I need my shoes. I need my shoes. Let me get my shoes. What's in here? She right here. Let's go home. Right here.
That's exactly right, Vernon. That's exactly right, bro. The reason why shit like this happens, The reason why things like this happen is because we don't talk about accountability enough. We don't make those people feel crazy or out of place. Because you know why? Because the boule in our group sympathize with that type of behavior, blame that behavior on other people, and then make it unconscionable for us to say something about it. If we criticize it, we being elite, we being coons, we being this and this and that. They validate this type of behavior, Vernon, because they get paid off shit like this. They create programs and they got all this shit. You know what I'm saying? They make money off of this type of behavior. Yeah. See, somebody gonna form a little program and say, hey, we're gonna put the people back on the cruise, take the people off the ban and cruise list. Somebody gonna create something that's gonna be like, hey, give them a second chance. And that's fine. I ain't tripping on that. But if you ever notice, this type of behavior gets rewarded somewhere, not necessarily to the people that are behaving this way, but somebody picks up some type of program for this crazy ass behavior, and they think that money is the solution. It ain't the solution to fixing that. It is going to help somebody's pocket. Somebody gonna be able to pay somebody. It'll help some social program or some old shit will be created off of this. And y'all ask, how do we stop this type of behavior? By shaming it. By shaming it. By making people feel like they don't belong here. Oh, Wyatt said that shit. See, I told you he was an elitist. I told you. No, that's not being elite. It's telling the truth. None of us say the shit out loud. You don't say it out loud. And the reason why you don't say it out loud is because you don't want to hurt not their feelings. You just want to be part of the group that is accepted. I ain't never going on no Carnival Cruise Line. That's been over with a long time ago. Carnival Cruise, why do you think they changed their rules? If I'm elitist and all this old shit, then what I'm talking about right now don't make any sense to you, but yet I got all the proof. I have everything I need to show you and to prove to you what I'm saying is legitimate. When Carnival Cruise Lines start changing rules and regulations after all these years because of the patrons that's coming on there now, something must be wrong. Adrienne, let me say something to that. She said the problem, she said the problem with that is that they look at the whole black race as bad instead of just the people involved. You're right, but here's the problem. The reason why is because enough black folks don't talk bad about it out in the public. We don't speak, we don't condone it. Now you might find one or two like, oh man, that shit crazy. But now today it is getting a little bit more widespread where people are starting to say some things. But for years, when I first started Wyatt Live, we wasn't doing it. When I first started Wyatt Live, I was a fish out of water. I was the one. That's why all those people on the radio and other podcasts, they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me because I've been talking about this type of shit forever and a day. See, what they'll do is they'll start talking about the reason why them people, they can't even justify why them people acting that way. It'll be a social program that'll help it, though. It'll be the reason why my people acting like that is because, you know, what happens is when you put a bunch of broke people on top of one another, this is what happens. Well, that cruise cost. Everybody ain't broke. And just because you got money don't mean you got class. They ain't get on that. There is not they may have payment plans, but there ain't no subsidies unless you run a cruise off the radio or a podcast. Maybe you run a free seat or a free cabin or something, but it costs to be on there. It costs to get in Disneyland and you in there acting a fool. And yeah, I hear what you're saying. Andrea said the problem is they look at us as all of us, but no. Here's the thing. When you see a trailer park, because this is what white people call their poor trash. They call them trailer trash, trailer park trash. They hold their people accountable. They call them out. Look at them white. Look at it. What do they call them? Trailer park trash. They call them something. I don't know what I ain't in the rooms with them like that, but they call them trailer park trash, right? They don't associate themselves with that, with them. They don't go in places with them and they don't be around them, but they call them out. We don't do that. We got an excuse for our people being poor. What's the excuse for white people that are poor walking? I see them in court all the time. They ain't no different than a poor little black kid or a poor little black woman or a poor black man. They're no different. They run around with the same tattoos, the same dumb shit. One little white girl had a bonnet on the other day. They act it's a poverty thing. It's a cultural thing. It ain't a color thing. Ed said Carnival wanted to increase their profits, so Carnival advertised to the masses. They wanted to be the affordable fun ship. No, Ed, I don't agree with that. Carnival's been advertising Carnival since Carnival's been alive. Carnival's always been a reasonable price cruise ship. I've been cruising for 25 years of my life. Carnival was early in my life. I used to go to Carnival. There was no problem with Carnival. It was affordable. It was a fun time. But what happens is what happens. Certain people learn shit. It don't mean you learn how to behave. It means you learn shit. You learn to go do certain things. Look, man, it's like anything else. You can save up to flex. Okay? You can save up to flex. Hey, man, me and my people, because I believe cruising, I'm going to say this just for the people who listening in the back of the room. I believe cruising is one of the best values for a vacation ever. Because number one, it's one price. You get room and board, get all the food you can eat, you get all the entertainment, and you go to several different destinations. Let's just say it's $1,000 a person, okay? If it's $1,000, which Carnival is not even that expensive, but if it's $1,000 a person, what vacation you gonna get on where you then went, got your hotel paid for, all the food you can eat, 3 meals a day plus food sitting out all day, and you go to 3 or 4 different beach locations, and where you gonna pay $1,000 to do all of that a person? Where you gonna go? You can't even stay locally. You can't even stay domestically and find a vacation for that. You can't go to Miami, Florida and live like that. You can't go to Fort Lauderdale. You can't go to California and spend $1,000 for 3 or 4 days in a hotel and eat all you can eat, steak and lobster, all that. You can't. So a cruise is the best value for the dollar. And people have learned that. But that don't mean it's people that got some damn sense. It don't mean that. It's no different than having Spirit Airline in the air. Now, what you meant was Spirit, Ed. Spirit did that. Spirit made a flight affordable. And you see what happened with Spirit. The reason why Spirit went out of business is because of what you see on Carnival. The people. It wasn't because those flights wasn't full. It wasn't because of that. If Spirit had, and I believe it's a 1-tier flight, which means there's no grades, there's no upgraded flights. In other words, there's no first class, stuff like that. So there's no other way. You just got a flat fee seat. It's hard to make money in the industry like that. But what happened is even people that look like you and I, we wasn't trying to get on them flights. And it's hard for them to fill flights when people won't fly your airliner. It's hard for them to fill the flights. And when they're not filling flights, it's costing them even more money because one seat is really, you probably got to sell 4. It's probably 4 seats to 1. In other words, you got to sell 4 seats to get the value of a real flight. How does that work? Tanika, let me ask you, sis, if you're still here. If you had to sell 4 cakes just to make the value of 1, you wouldn't be in business long. You wouldn't be in business long. If you have a car dealership and you have to sell 4 cars in order to make profit, like you would make pure profit on 1, you wouldn't stay in business long. So when you're looking at these low-tier flights or low-tier, hangars, these airline places, the behavior of the people is what killed that airline. Not necessarily the flights, because if the flights were full, if they were at capacity, if they had standing room only, they could survive. But the problem is nobody really wanted to get on those flights, but those people that kind of act that way. Listen, I'd rent a fucking big wheel and pedal all the way home before I ride one of them from Miami. There's no way in hell I'd get on Spirit Airline. If it was the last airline and the last flight to get home, I'd go rent a car and drive from Miami back to Cincinnati if that's what I had to do. I wouldn't get on Spirit to save my life. That's just being honest with you. And I won't get on Carnival. And you know how many people saying exactly what I'm saying right now? There's no way in hell. Carnival couldn't send me a complimentary family pack ticket right now. Mr. Wyatt, we know that you haven't been with us in 10, 15 years, and we thought we'd send you a family pack of 4. You, your wife, and your 2 daughters. Come on and cruise with us on a 7-dayer to the Bahamas. I'm good. I'm good. Carnival couldn't send me a free pack right now. They no. Even if it came with a flight attached, because it would be Spirit. Carnival would have to go to Spirit. I know they closed. No, I shouldn't do that. But I'm just being honest with you. And the behavior, this is what you get when you don't hold people accountable. This is what you get. This is what you get. And here go the thing. It's not like all those people were Cincinnati. We all know Cincinnati folks act like that. We know St. Pete people act like that. We know people in Orlando that act like that. We know people that live all different places. That act like that. But what you don't hear and what you don't see a lot of people calling it out. Let me just tell you what that looked like to me. That looked like a local high school who kid got in trouble and had to go up to the school. That looked just like the schools. That looked like public school systems when somebody's mama then got mad because, you know what I'm saying? Not my baby, and they start fighting. Let me just ask you this. Nobody cares about the critical thinking here. That don't bother y'all to see that type of shit. That doesn't bother you to know that that's a behavior that's going on out here. That don't explain to you why certain things are happening to us, or why people like sometimes like they don't believe us when we say certain things, or like you don't think that that's a problem who raise kids that do shit like that. I mean, come on, man. We can keep it a G right here. Come on, let's keep it a buck. You know who I'm mad at? Remember that time when my girl Fast Pitch had a show? I say this all the time because it's a perfect analogy. You don't think it's a problem when a brother's in a barbershop on his birthday in Bond Hill in Cincinnati, Ohio, and on his birthday, somebody ride down the street, run in the barbershop, shoot him in the head in broad daylight, run out, get in the car. The people in the barbershop give a description of the person that shot, and that description fits you. It fit me. That description, this was a few years ago, 5 years ago or something. I use this because this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Why am I mad at the police? Because they looking for a light-skinned brother with blue pants on and a white shirt. Looks 35-ish. Now, y'all know this was a few years ago. You don't think it's a problem? Why do I have a problem with the police for pulling me over or moving me to the side and want to have a word with me and ask me where I was an hour ago? Why should I have a problem with the police on that? Why am I mad at the police? Why do I think the police fucking with me? When in fact, the light-skinned brother with blue pants and a white shirt ran into the barbershop and shot somebody in the head, and I kind of fit that description. I should be mad at his ass. He making it hot out here for me. Them cops ain't thinking about no light-skinned brother with blue pants and a white shirt on. It took somebody to shoot somebody in the head for them to care about my blue pants and my white shirt and my 35-year-old look. I'm mad at all the wrong people. I'm mad at the police and the system and all this old shit, when in fact we doing things out here that's making the police hot on us. Carnival Cruise Line gonna say some shit one day and y'all gonna be really mad. No Negroes on this, no, none. Y'all can't, you got to be 35 and up. Now y'all know we didn't try that shit before in the clubs. There's a reason why some of them little club owners was like, nope, 30 and up. 30 and up. You got to be 30 and up to get in here. No tennis shoes. All this old shit describing our culture. They're telling us you're not acceptable. And we do it to ourselves. We say it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Club owners been doing it for years. Nope, this is a 30 and over club. It's then got so bad now the shit is 50 and up because 40-year-olds don't know how to act. 50 and up? Damn. 50? Somebody tell me in the comment section I'm lying, or call me and tell me I'm lying. So I already know what the comeback. I already know. They saying, do white people do anything wrong? Why he always be talking about black people? The same reason why you think everything happened to black people and black people only. I can be run track mind just like you can. Just like you. I'm just serving. I'm just returning the serve on the thought. This is why when our parents act like that, and then you have a kid at a damn track meet who act just like his parents, we wonder where that escalation comes from. And now we feel sorry for the kid that's doing the shit to people that they parents didn't talk. I don't understand. Ed said this, Wyatt, what I'm saying is Carnival advertised to the low budget minded, low class people. They wanted quantity trash minded people. They wanted quantity trash minded people versus quality upscale people to keep those ships full every week. Got to keep those investors happy. Okay, I hear you, bro. Here's where Ed, that's 90% correct. That's what you just described as business. You advertise to the budget, to people's budget, but you don't hope or wish or even think that you're going to attract a low quality customer. You feel me? Like, I don't think that, look, they could end this any day. They could make the cruises 25 and up. And anybody under 25 has to be accomplished by an adult. They can do that. And they probably will. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Like everything else that happened that depend on Black Dollar. Black Dollar is a support. It's not a main focus. Show me something. You can even go to the hair industry. It's not the Black Dollar that keeps the hair industry working. Look, if you go into a store like Sally's, that's a bad example. Sally has they have black hair products. But Sally's beauty shop or Sally's supply store, if they took the black products out of there, it's not going to shut it down. Okay? They'll lose less money. I mean, they'll lose money, but it's not going to shut Sally's down. What business in America do you think, if it didn't receive black dollars, that it just wouldn't be operable anymore in America? What business? Put it in the screen. Put the product in the screen right now that if they don't receive black dollar support at all, it wouldn't be functionable. It wouldn't be a functionable business. Put it in the screen. Come on, where my guys? Where my people at that know this type of stuff? Put it in there. Put it in there. I'm seeing a lot of hair stuff. Can somebody say something other than like the Sally's or the wig stores? That's what I use them as an example. I don't know, Dina. A lot of white women get their nails done at them salons, them nail shops. I'm not saying you're lying. And I'm not talking about hood businesses, not you, Dina. I'm talking about people who talk like Richie's. Richie's is scaled in the black community. I'm talking about a brand, a big company. Name a big company that is shut down. I should have probably phrased it that way. Name a big company that is shut down if black. Remember back in the day when they did the bus boycott and they tried to show how important it was for the black dollar that supported the bus business? Show me a business today that's global. I should say that's nationwide. Not a hood business, not a Richie's that's in the neighborhood. Richie's wouldn't last if it was in Mason or Westchester. Nobody would go in there. Name a brand like Cadillac, Nissan, or name a brand. I didn't mean global, Dina. I'm sorry about that. I meant nationwide, not global. Hard to name one, isn't it? Ross said McDonald's. I don't think so. McDonald's will do fine without black dollars. How's that thing going for Target over there? How's that ban on Target doing? How's that? What do they call it? How's that working out? You think Target losing a bunch of money? I don't care what them preachers tell you. Preachers ain't got no business in that shit anyway. What I'm telling you is we don't even have enough population in this country to be at Amazon. No, we don't even have enough population in this country to be that effective on the economy. As much as people want to tell you that those numbers of we are $3 trillion a year, that doesn't mean anything other than the fact of how much power you have as an individual to get your shit together. You're not going to take anything but profit. That's money that they can make back up. They can make that money back up. Show me something that'll shut it down if we don't go spend our money there anymore. Amazon will do fine without black people ordering anything from Amazon. Name it. Name it. Let me know. Name. I don't know what happened there. Name it. Think about it. I was just trying to pull some up on the computer here, and I don't see any. Hey guys, that's my time, man. I got to get up out of here. I have a 4:30 that I have to get to. I had an appointment that fell out on me, so I was able to go a little bit longer than I normally would. But yeah, that's my time, man. Peace and love. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I do have to get ready for my 4:30. Peace and love to you all, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one right here on Wyatt Live. I'll catch you on the next one.